Hello and welcome back to the Players Club podcast. This is season 2, episode 21. We are back in the studio with our boys Cole. We got Karl van Gelder back in the studio. It's going to be a heck of an episode today. How you boys doing?
Chilling. Hyped to be still the only team at Florida Southern that
has
won the Sunshine State Conference championship this year.
Bro, they can't even read this.
Had to show out. You can see champions. That's all that matters. That's something that these three teams haven't had yet this year. So, have you guys won this year? I don't follow hockey.
We're on a 7-point win streak.
They haven't won this year. Anyways.
Doesn't matter. They're not the best team.
Did we just beat you?
Yeah, but we destroyed you 9-2.
Yeah, but we beat you 5-3. Or 1-1.
Look what you did.
It's
just
highest finish at cross-country nationals out of any Florida team. D1, D2, D3, NAI.
Is this what you wanted? Applause?
Number 25.
Hold on. I'm searching for the video so that you can see it.
We're still,
The rest of this conversation is not associated with Florida Southern track and cross country.
It's just a TikTok. It's just a TikTok. It's just a TikTok of the LSU women's basketball team.
It does not. It does not.
If I could describe the video.
I did not pull up this clip.
If I could describe the video.
Let's rate it in really quick.
If I could describe the video, it's just girls just want to have fun. So you keep going, and then I'll show you mid.
I was going, you interrupted me to.
Podcast, and we didn't specify what type of player we are.
No, because there's another Players Club podcast on YouTube that's that kind of player, and we are not them.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Anyways,
speaking of hating the game, March Madness.
You can't hate it.
Yeah, you can't.
I guess we just get right into it.
That's where I was going. So thank you. That's
why we bring him.
Perfect little segue. All right, keep going. And women's March Madness.
My women's bracket going crazy right now. Top 490K. Better than my men's bracket. Hey, McNeese did not make the Elite Eight. I kind of cooked my bracket.
Yo, bro. Michigan State. Count your days.
Who?
So real.
Michigan State. I had Mississippi State. They cooked my bracket. Off rip.
Oh, I found it. Sorry, I screamed. Here. This is what we were figuring
I don't want to. Bro,
there you go. It's not getting put on, but it's
How
on
far
TikTok.
did you have Mississippi
As you can see while we were discussing it, if I could describe it, it's girls just want to have fun. It's on the
I had Mississippi State.
He's plugging it.
Haley Van Lith TikTok. That's all you gotta search up, and you'll know what we're talking about.
I didn't watch it. Emma, I did not. I did not.
No, Carl, I had Mississippi State losing to UNC.
Oh, okay, so it's not that.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
What do you mean why?
Well, why'd you pick them?
It's 8-9. It can go any way.
Yeah,
I didn't believe
Tom
in Michigan.
Izzo has like the most wins as a 9 seed. Like I have the stat.
Yeah, see, I didn't have money on it, so I didn't care that much.
I didn't have money on it.
Yeah, me neither. So it really doesn't matter that much.
I had Kentucky losing in the second round, and they didn't even make it out of the first. Shout out Jack Golke.
Most NCAA tournament wins as a worst seed. Head coaches all time. Tom Izzo, it was 17. Now it's 18 from the 9 to 8, and then it's like Jim Bohan 15, Lou Olson 11. But they knew they were gonna cook. It's Michigan State.
See, they're both like super physical teams that play good defense and rebound. Just especially in that second half, Michigan State just couldn't miss.
Yeah, lights out.
Really couldn't.
And I was watching in the training room. Shout out athletic trainers, Athletic Training Appreciation Month this month. And I remember watching it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so cooked. And that was kind of just how my whole bracket was, just on fire.
I got through.
I had McNeese going to the Elite Eight.
I
They're a good
had
team,
McNeese.
but they played a better team.
Will Wade masterclass, and Will Wade will be a D1 head coach.
Well, he was at LSU.
Yes, we don't
For all
talk about why he's not longer at LSU. And then I want him at Florida State. I love Coach Ham. I love our coach to death. But Will Wade, masterclass at Florida State. I'm ready to win now. And Will Wade is a proven winner because he went.
He get some guys in the portal.
Yeah,
too.
he got guys in the portal, and they were averaging. I don't know if y'all saw that stat. McNeese was averaging like insane points per game. And granted, he just ran through the Ohio Valley Conference, but he was rumored to go to Vanderbilt, but Vanderbilt just hired a coach today. So it'll be interesting to see. There's a lot of moving coaches in March, like after the first weekend. There's a lot of coaches that are going like different places.
FAU's coach just went to Michigan.
Yep.
Bum.
Yeah.
Wazoo coach, he went to Stanford. It's a big one.
Didn't Long Beach State's coach get fired before the tournament?
Yes.
Big story.
Yeah.
Coached in the tournament?
Well, he did. Yeah, they wanted to see how far they could go. By the way.
Nah, you saw what the AD said?
What did he say?
Oh my God, bro. The AD said That the reason
Oh,
he
yeah.
fired him was to spark like a fire inside the team.
That's
And
so
what his whole
dumb.
plan was.
So bad.
Yeah, now he's taking credit for firing him and the team doing good. Swear.
There's just no respect there. You know
I
what
like
I mean?
it.
Like,
I wonder how well all their athletic programs are going under his leadership.
I like
to
it.
be honest.
Probably about as good as Miami
All right, bro.
and
Hey,
Florida.
go Gators.
Your AD's not good
yeah,
either.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah, God.
Hey, shout out the track team though.
How many games did y'all get through March Madness? You didn't even get through one before your bracket was cooked?
Well, if you count the first
Which
4, I
bracket
got
are you
all of those
talking
right.
about?
Yeah, how many brackets did we all do? Let's just start with that number.
So I said
I did
last
2.
week that I would have 15 to 20.
Yeah.
Then I forgot when they locked, so I have 10.
I
In-
forgot when
between
they
men's and
locked,
women's,
so
I have
made,
10.
I made my fillable real quick before the show, before I had time to go through ESPN, and then just didn't do it on ESPN.
Most of my brackets are cooked except my one with UConn.
Well, first
Yeah.
of all,
I did 25. I maxed out, boys.
I did 2. I did one on ESPN, and then I did one with my girlfriend's family.
Oh, nice.
And then I did a women's bracket. Shout out
I
women's
did
basketball,
one.
women's sports.
I did one buy-in bracket for it was like a $20 buy-in with like a group. See how
$200 buy-in.
20.
Oh.
I was about to say-
$200. Winner take
You
all.
really think you're that confident in this that you're gonna?
I'm confident. I'll tell you who I'm confident in. The Arizona Wildcats. I think they're gonna win the entire thing.
I do have one with Arizona
Gordon
winning
Palm.
it all.
It's in Phoenix. No team has won on the west side of the Mississippi in God knows how long. I can't remember I think it's been the 80s.
I just think it's so unlikely
90s?
for UConn to repeat.
It's
Like,
the 90s.
oh yeah, I don't have UConn.
UConn is such a good team, but with how they played Marquette earlier in the year, like ESPN wrote an article about it where like the headline was they went into a buzzsaw because it looks like they just got torn apart because the Marquette defense they couldn't handle. And then when shots were falling, like when UConn's defense isn't creating a ton of like stops or turnovers that leads to their offense, they struggle. And when you're in March, everyone knows anything can happen, and especially now later in the tournament, it's going to get tough. But that's something they've been telling themselves all year. They haven't been playing to win the conference. They haven't been playing to be the number 1 seed going in. They've been playing to win the whole thing. So
I think when they lost that game on the road to, was it Marquette or was it Creighton?
I think they've lost to both of them.
They went on the road and they had an insane stat that they had not won against a ranked opponent on the road like during the regular season. The 2 times they had won like the Natty, and it was a crazy stat. Like they were like 0-21 on the road against ranked opponents or something like that. And then they went into that game and got absolutely boat raced and lost. I do think UConn. I mean, their path got a lot easier when Auburn lost. The seeding was an issue. I'll give it that. The seeding was
because that Yale team was so well. Obviously, they're so good, but
yeah, they put in and I've been going back and forth with people on this, but like Indiana State should have been in.
Yes,
St. John's should have been in. Seton Hall perhaps should have been in. Like I get, you got to look at it, the selection stuff. Like you got to look at it as a whole.
So do you want an expansion so that can happen and doesn't people?
I want a better committee.
We talked about this last week.
Yeah.
No, I want better committees across the board.
All right, sketch.
Across. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother.
Sketch is taking over.
We're talking.
Special
We're talking
players make
committees.
special plays.
We're talking committees. Advisory. I'm the U.S. government now. Put me on Capitol Hill.
No.
Watch out, Joe. Watch out, Sleepy Joe. You don't want to debate me. I can turn it on Sketch Brain just like that, dude. But I do want better selection committees and how they go about. Why was Virginia in? Like even the first 4 in. That doesn't make sense.
Like, I don't know what they did all year that would even earn that. And Indiana State, even if you're thinking about ratings, is
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, dog.
bro.
They call
Yeah.
him Milk Chamberlain.
That's,
Swear, these are all real nicknames, by the way.
I've never heard that before. That's
These are all
insane.
real nicknames.
Larry Blurred, because he has glasses.
Oh my
that
god.
one goes crazy.
Bro.
Lord, it's funny.
Did
But it's like that Indiana State team. Everyone who has watched college basketball this whole year, they were like, I would pay to see them. Like, I would have, if they had pay-per-view to have them in the tournament, I would have paid for it.
Don't give the
I know-
TV companies more idea. Don't
Bro.
give the
Yeah, because
broadcasting.
they're definitely watching this.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, they
it's
are,
like,
of course. Yeah.
the thing I'm saying is like, you can get people to do that if you make the right selections, but we've seen it time and time again. They just mess it up, and even when they get certain teams in that should be in, like that Yale team we saw, they obviously won their conference championship, but like, they're just really overhyping some teams and really underrating others.
My bracket with Yale lasted way longer than I thought it would. So that
I
was
may
pretty
or may
nice.
not have had Auburn winning it all in one of my
See, I had
brackets.
Auburn beating UConn.
He had Auburn, yeah.
They were playing really hot. That's why I chose them.
Don't worry, I had Baylor beating UConn and Baylor lost to Clemson.
Bro, Baylor losing
Yeah.
to
I
knew
Clemson
Baylor was-
last night.
I didn't think
I
Clemson
knew
was
they
Did
were
you watch
legit.
the end of that game?
I didn't think Clemson was
No, you
legit.
want to talk about end of the game. I had told everybody I had a weird feeling. So I texted in my group chats. I was like, I got a weird feeling about Oakland against Kentucky. I had a weird feeling going into that game. I was like, I just
Put on it.
on Oakland. I just been doing $10, bro. I've been kind
That's
of.
so
I've
based.
been. I don't know basketball like my units during football season are largely bigger, but during like basketball, I do kind of like little $10 slips.
Yeah.
How many games?
I got
Yeah.
I got cooked this week. I got absolutely murdered. I'm eating off the value menu. 2 days this week until I get paid. Okay? I'm like, oh,
Bro, you want to go to Mockmart after this, bro?
That's
I can
inflation right there. It's
you
not
some-
even a dollar menu no more, bro. It's a value menu.
Yeah.
and there ain't no value on that thing, bro.
And
There ain't
minnow's
no
like
value.
$3 at this point.
Man, McChickens used to be $1.
Dude, don't mind.
That came from the soul. That came from the soul.
You don't even understand,
$2.79 now.
dude.
Actually, I think
Bro, that's why you gotta get the app though.
When I was in high
The app,
school,
you get points, you get all kinds of deals, bro.
according to y'all, when I was in high school back in the early 2000s, according to y'all, the McChickens were really cheap, and they were the lifeblood to my swim practices. I'd run through there, grab that, and give.
You didn't know that?
I didn't know that you were a swimmer either. I thought you knew.
Four-year varsity swimmer.
For real?
I swear to God. Fun
Hey.
fact: I swam club at this school. I swam in that pool after school during the off season. I swam in the Florida Southern pool.
I've been known this.
I got coached by some of the.
Yeah, that's so cool,
They know y'all
Carl.
were locked in.
Yeah.
White on rice, you know? They know y'all were locked in.
I like how you said bread and butter, because we're both white. That's clearly why you said bread and butter. I can't tan even as a swimmer, so I can't help it.
Well, no, that's just
Not all of us can be caramel skinned
That's just two things that
Skin-
go
or
Dude.
sexual chocolate over there. I mean, come on now.
It's just two things that go together.
I don't know. I don't.
Like, bread and
Butter.
butter go together.
You
White
could've
on
said
rice,
peanut butter and
black
jelly.
beans.
Anyways, I was a swimmer.
The
Back
two
to
hardest
that.
sports, I think.
Oh, swimming's
Swimming
very
and running.
hard.
I think swimming's harder than running, and that's the only sport I'll say that about. That I think is harder.
Yeah,
than
because you
running.
use
You
your whole
think
body.
running's the hardest sport?
I think swimming's harder than running.
I think it's so
You can't
funny.
breathe the whole
Y'all's
time.
reaction to me being a swimmer is like, it's like the
I
meme.
tried not, but I was just like, wow. That's
Swear, bro. Yeah, I was a swimmer, so I used to be very skinny.
So
very
wait,
skinny.
now I'm curious. What do you rank the top 5 hardest sports?
Top 5 hardest sports.
Oh, good lord.
Sorry, just like
Give
now.
me-
Now I need to know.
Like I would
Any
say.
sport in the world, just rank them.
So I'm gonna group track and cross country as different sports because they are different sports.
Yes.
So I'm gonna say the hardest sport is swimming. Next, I'm gonna say is, well, I'm just gonna say running as a whole sport because then I could say ultra marathons, all that stuff, and no one wants to hear about that. I'll say running is second, and
A,
then
B, C, D, E, F, G, whatever.
yeah, with all that, and we can organize that later. I think water polo is 3. Water polo is one of the hardest
Oh my
sports in the
God.
world. Because the thing is, you can learn things in like basketball, football, soccer. You could be like more intelligent and more skilled at it, but at a certain point in running and swimming, it's like you either have the athletic ability to do it or not. And in running and swimming, especially, and even water polo, because water.
Just
don't get me
imagine
started.
just like floating, just nonstop kicking your legs, just sitting above, because you could try tread water for like
Yeah.
a minute and a half. It was like,
You're doing
that was
that
like
the whole time.
punishment. Like if we weren't
So
doing
what's your 4 and 5?
My 4 and 5, that's a hard. I don't know the 4
You're
and
missing a
5.
glaring one, like a popular
I'm
What
one.
are you
about to say,
thinking?
I'm
There's 2
surprised
actually. You're
you
missing
haven't
both
brought
of
up
those. What are
hockey
you about
yet
to say?
as being
See, I
on-
don't know anything about hockey. That's the thing.
Well,
I don't know
hockey,
anything
like
about
first of all,
hockey.
skating is a skill that a lot of people can't even do, and then you're on top of that, you're doing it with
We're missing the
pounds
biggest
of
one.
pads, and
Which
then
one?
you're like
It's
playing a
the-
sport on skates, which is
That
not.
no, hockey's up there.
Like-
You're missing the biggest one. It's the world's game, soccer. You don't understand
So, yeah,
how
soccer at a
difficult
high
that is.
level.
I would, yeah,
At a
yeah,
high level,
it's-
soccer's
The reason
Yeah.
it's
very
different
hard.
because like off base difficulty, I would say no, because a lot of kids play soccer because it's easier to learn.
But
than
to
other
be- yeah,
sports.
'cause to be
but
a top-
at the highest level,
That's what I'm
yes, is
talking.
where
Yeah,
it's
highest level.
hard.
I'm okay. No, I would start from high school and up. That's what I'm thinking. I'm not talking like pee-wee stuff.
Yeah.
What soccer does is like, and my buddy, he explained it to me. He was like, dude, I'm running nonstop. I'm never not moving, and he has to be technical Like mentally you have to be tough for soccer, physically you have to be tough for soccer, emotionally you have to be tough for soccer, and it's just all around, or football, sorry. I gotta show respect to my boys across the pond and around the world. I'm trying to get better at it. We all know from the last time I was here, trying to get better at it, you know what I'm
Just
saying?
the ability of like the way they're able to just
It's so
like,
hard.
to have good touch.
Yeah.
Is either you have it or you don't. And like that's something you can develop, but some people just like it's insane how
That's
well
where
they
he
can
gets-
manipulate.
That's what he's getting back to with that athletic ability. You can only train so much. But like with swimming, I watched a documentary when I was a swimmer in high school. Like our whole team got together to watch it. I trained more than Missy Franklin. I did more training than her, and my time still would not amount to what she did. I did everything I could. You know, I mean, granted, I was in high school, so I really, you have fun with it and stuff. But I'm not sitting there training like nonstop. But like morning practices, like she was doing less morning practices than me, like overall practicing a lot less, and was just better. And I know I'm comparing myself to like an Olympic medalist, but I'm talking training regimen, you know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, I don't know how we spurred off.
That was
And that's another thing, because I think soccer and water polo, I would say they're interchangeable just because of how good you have to be at that top level of soccer. Water polo is still, I think, across the board.
What even?
I think
like
is
I know I've seen water polo, but I can't
water
remember
polo.
it.
I didn't respect it until senior year of high school.
Water polo is basically.
I've seen it before, but I
it's
can't
wa-
remember
it's
exactly
basically
what you
like
do.
Water soccer. That's how I describe it to people.
No, you guys seen handball?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's handball in water.
In the water, because they're when you
they
do
have
it,
to
you
Oh,
elevate
yeah,
and you
yeah,
throw
yeah,
it.
yeah,
It's
But you gotta tread water, then you basically force yourself up to throw it. But they're like you're getting punched all game. Like,
And this is a
so my boy played water
Yeah.
polo in high school. All 4 years he played a little bit now in his freshman year of college.
like club or like with
in
the school.
FIU club, no. And I mean, he's disgusting. Like
It's so nasty.
He's better than the average person, but like, I went to watch him one time when he was in high school, and he got kicked out of the game because he punched the kid underwater, but the kid physically like punched him outside, like in the face.
Yeah,
and he was like, nah, and he just went at him.
So is it like super physical? Like you're allowed
It's
to
so,
like,
like
Yeah.
you will get
Get-
scratches and
You can get away
everything.
with it because you're underwater.
you can drown people,
Like,
Yeah, they will pull you
They will
down.
pull you down.
and they're doing this all in speedos.
Yeah.
And before you ask, yeah, I was in a speedo and I swam. I wasn't
gonna ask,
weren't
but
I had a collection. I had a collection.
I
had a
figured because
collection.
you're a swimmer.
I Well, no, because you can wear like.
Yeah.
You can wear, like-
Show. We're not trying to.
You can wear, like, the
no,
half
there's a
tights.
difference. There's a difference.
You can wear the half tights, but that's harder.
They're called
to swim
jammers.
around.
So the jammers are like the boxer type.
Yeah.
But then when you see like in the Olympics and stuff, those guys are wearing like the skin tight and they bead water off, like they repel water. Those are like a different brand of.
Those are crazy
Yeah,
expensive.
I know. I know.
Crazy.
I was,
Yeah.
It's a very
He
expensive
was
sport.
a swimmer.
I
Yeah.
know.
You're
I
a
know.
swimmer.
I'm,
You know
I'm
that.
just adding.
Put
I'm
some
just
respect
adding.
on my name.
I know he
Anyways,
knows.
I had a collection of Speedos, dog, and they were sick.
All right, yeah, that's
bet.
great.
And
I would-
goggles.
so Cole's Speedo corner now.
I'm the same way with my split shorts, because these shorts they may look short to you guys at home and to you guys here, but these are like my longer shorts. So
Bro,
we
I
wear
can
like
no,
the
I
I can see it coming.
We've seen
You
the,
can't see
the
anything
cross
coming out.
country. No,
Yeah,
we walk in the calf and you see you guys get out for practice, and I saw last week
You're basically
one of your
shot.
teammates had the. Not only were they short, but they were like wide and they were like pinstriped.
yeah.
Like,
We have
bro,
crazy
those
split
shorts are
shorts.
insane. Like you might as well not even be wearing.
Alright, back on what we were talking about, I'm surprised. I mean, I feel like every sport is hard in its own way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But some are objectively harder than others.
Because I think, I mean, I guess because I played it, but I think golf is a very, very difficult.
See,
sport.
that's
I'm
the
not
thing.
saying
I don't
it's
know
the
about
di-
golf.
I'm not saying it's the toughest one in the world. I never said that.
Yeah.
I just think it's a lot harder than people think. It
Oh, the
actually
mental
Oh, yeah,
game.
A lot of
absolutely.
people just think it's get up there and hit a ball and you're gonna do it all the time perfectly. And the best thing that ever happened, like everyone used to tell me that in high school, and the best thing that ever happened to that was Top Golf opening, because nobody could hit a goddamn ball at Top Golf.
I love Top Golf and I'm
and they would
horrible.
come back and
I
they'd be
suck
like,
at golf.
They'd be like, "Yo, Bryan, like it's actually so hard," and I'm like, "Oh, cool." And I don't.
Are you good?
I've gotten better. I've gotten better.
No, he's acting like,
I've gotten better. I've gotten better. I'm not good. I probably shoot. My best day, I probably shot mid 90s. But for someone that only started playing when he was like 21, like I feel like that's. I'm getting better. I used to be the beer guy. I was there for beers. I drive the golf cart. I brought the beers, and I'd hit maybe one good shot. I had a really bad slice. But the more you play, that's because you twist your hands. I played in a tournament here in Lakeland on St. Patrick's Day weekend, and me and my stepdad, we shot bogey golf, because you're a team, you best ball. This was the funniest part, though, because the thing about golf is what draws you back into it, and I feel like it is with like a lot of sports.
The one good shot on hole 18.
Yeah, so I got up. It
hate
was
this sport.
it was
I
like the
love it.
fifth. It was like the fifth or sixth hole, and like I stopped drinking this year.
Yeah.
There's been a couple days where I have. So like out of like the 80-something days that it's been this year, I've only
Self-improvement, we love that here.
trying. Yes,
Love
we're
that.
growing.
We love
We're growing. We're growing. You just got to work on my gambling now. Never gonna stop. Never gonna. Retirement's not in my nature, dog. It's not in my nature.
Workaholic.
It's not in my biome. It's not in anything.
Is
No
Is that what we call this?
Yes. Anyway, so I get up. It was like the fifth hole, and because it was like a whatnot, they had a tent with shot girls. I wasn't gonna drink, and then we get to talking to them. My stepdad hits, my buddy's dad hits, and then my buddy goes and hits, and I go, you know what? I'll take one, because I felt bad. The group took one. I was like, I'll take one. As soon as I threw it back, it was just a little shot. So I was like, I wasn't gonna, whatever. They go, Cole, it's your tee box. I got up there, and I drove the ball. It's Cleveland Heights at 1A. It's like the main one. There's that little creek or whatever. I drove it over the creek, and I was about 70 yards from the pin, right? And that's like the shot you go, whoa, you know what I'm saying? And that's what drew me, but like it draws you back in when you hit drives like that. Next shot though, I chunked it, hit it fat.
Always after your best
Hit it
shot.
fat. Yeah, no. And then my buddies drive by, they go, good drive though. It's always, so it's a mental
It's
game
give and
within
take.
it.
I was at Stream Song over the summer with my dad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, second time.
You played Stream Song?
Yeah, twice. I played it twice.
Some light.
So,
Some light.
You know what I was saying? Right? So we're down there.
Privileged.
I'm on track. I'm on track for my best round. I'm keeping score. So this is what happens. I'm like, Dad, I par. I break my best round ever. I was on par to shoot, I think, 1 over. Like I was 1 over on the front nine, and I would have 2 over on the front nine. I would have gone 3 under on the back nine. So I think it would have been 1 under. And we get a hole 17, and I shoot a 7. It's a 315-yard par 4. I shoot a 7.
How did we get on this? We were talking March Madness.
Because we talked about difficult sports in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because going back to that topic a little bit, like swimming and running, like you talked about it, you can do like the same training, even adjusted for like your age, like whatever training suits best for you. But you max out at a certain point, and like in pretty much any other sport, you can find a way to adapt your game. Like we've seen it with LeBron, my GOAT. Like
Facts.
That's why I put him
Right there with you. Right there with you. Don't make that face, Cole.
Like,
don't make that face. We're done with the 90s,
his
bro.
career,
It's over.
You can squeeze my hand if you need to.
Throughout his career, he's changed his game. Initially, he was the guy that was always going to have to go and try to score or really take the lead on the defensive end as well. But as he's gotten older, he doesn't have to do all the same things because he knows it's not as sustainable to continue.
Yeah.
And
You have
running,
to
you
evolve it with
can't
the-
be like, oh, okay,
Don't. Just hang on a second.
And running, you can't be like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna like go from doing the 100 to doing the mile. Like you see it from some runners, and they go like they'll be a miler and then they'll move up to the marathon. But at a certain point, you just don't have the juice.
To make that transition to your game.
Yeah.
I want to.
I did. When I was swimming, dog, I swam everything but breaststroke. Can't do it.
Well, it's like once you're getting older, because when you're like doing your thing,
You know.
100%.
if you're doing your thing, like you can bounce around in events as long as it's the same category. Like for me, I'm a 10K guy. I can still be competitive in the mile.
My bad, G.
Oh. Yeah, but that first mile is where you really get going. You know what I'm saying?
Well, because I can still run a 4:15 mile, but I can also run.
Come again?
4:15 is
Come
insane.
again.
I can still run a 4:15 mile when healthy, because I'm not healthy
the
right
world
now.
record?
For the mile,
Yeah.
I think it's like
Some Kenyan.
3:47.
3:47.
You're basically there, dog. Like
That's not.
that's 30 seconds.
you just need to run
30
fast.
seconds is a long time. That's
In
not.
running.
You're not incredibly
Getting-
far off.
That's
Getting-
so much time
that is
in
so
in
far
swimming
off.
and run time. Oh my God,
30
It's like the
seconds?
last minute of college basketball. That's how much difference
I'm
it is.
saying that, Carl, but like to the average person, right?
3:47 and 4:15 aren't that,
Aren't
far
because
away.
They
you
just
asked
don't
me
get
for
it.
my mile,
Like,
9:30.
yeah.
That's if I and I'm.
See,
That's
see,
9:30, dog.
see, because I've never officially ran 4:15. That's the thing. I have teammates that have ran 4:15. I was supposed to try to get closer to that this year. I got hurt, so I didn't do it. I didn't
So
say.
you're lying on the
I
player
saying
You
I
didn't just
could.
say you ran 4.
I said,
lying on the
I
Players Cup
apologize.
podcast?
I said I could run 4:15.
This represents
I meant to
the
say I
Florida
could run
Southern track and
4:15.
cross country.
That's what I meant to say. I could run 4:15. But Brian, you're 9:30. I'm closer to your 9:30 than I am to that world record.
Yeah, 100%.
Really?
100%.
I'm closer to your 9:30 than that world
100%.
record.
30 is being generous. I'm probably pushing 12.
No.
If we're being
No,
honest.
it's
I'll
easier.
give myself 10 if I actually.
Because we
Yeah,
had
but
a
I'm fat.
because
I'm fat and I'm out of shape.
because my teammate Anthony Matthews, shout out, freshman of the year last year, qualified for nationals this year, wasn't one of the top 30 or I think it's 18 or whatever that made it for indoor nationals, and he ran 4:15 this year. I was trying to get closer to that, but got hurt, so it didn't happen. And he didn't even make the Division II national qualifying meet. Like it's not like he got last place at the meet. He didn't even make it.
Sounds like a bum.
And it's like
I'm kidding.
and it's like for him, if he was in a race with even the top 16-year-old in the world right now, he would get destroyed. And like shout out Anthony. Anthony is one of the most talented runners I've met in person and trained with. But like there's so many levels to this where it's like
I'm not saying it.
yeah.
But
But it's like that 30 seconds is huge.
I know, because in swimming and in running, you could be literally .0000001 off and you lose.
Yeah.
Like, I know that. You could be
Well,
literally a nail behind.
And it's like that fitness, even if, like, let's say I'm running if I was a 100 guy, if I was half a second behind someone else, I could train for my whole prime and I couldn't get that half a second.
No, I understand that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it's just like, when you say that, right?
To someone that doesn't know.
Yeah.
Not to someone who doesn't know, but someone who doesn't do it.
It's
'Cause
so
we all know, 'cause
hard.
we don't know, but we've seen it happen where
Yeah.
it's like you're like, oh, they're so close, but then you look back at the replay and they're like,
So it's like the same.
like a whole step ahead.
So it's like the same thing I said with Tyreek Hill. Like Tyreek Hill, he couldn't. Last time I was on the podcast, like last time, he could never compete professionally. Like he was really good in high school.
This guy.
He would get walked. Like he won the national championship for masters last year. He was running against a bunch of like old dudes who don't even run in college. He wouldn't even be one of the top 10 in Division II,
Not a dreamer.
let alone D1.
I believe in Tyreek
And Tyreek
Hill.
Hill, if he beat a woman and was a professional track athlete, he wouldn't be running.
Not a dream.
He would be in jail, bro.
Not a dreamer. He can't. Let the man have a dream.
I have a dream that he'll like respect women. That's my dream for Tyreek Hill, bro.
God, what is this
He
podcast?
keeps doing this. He keeps doing this thing all the time, and it's crazy. I don't respect people like that. Him and Miles Bridges, Miles Bridges should be out of the NBA. That's another take I have. I hate Miles Bridges.
Let's one hot take at a time. That's
Free
not even a
Trevor
hot
Bauer.
take. But
Can't do none.
so you mentioned earlier about like marathons and ultra marathons and Ironmans, and obviously that's a sport.
I don't count Ironmans
You don't kind
because
of.
Ironmans
I would say
run,
those.
swim, bike.
I would say that's closer to like
That's just
personally an
endurance.
extreme sport,
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
opposed to. You know what I mean? Like I know it's obviously not an extreme sport, but that's an insane thing to do. Like
Yeah.
those like ultra marathons that people run, it's just like I
Ultra,
don't.
because it's weird. Because ultras, there's so like there's certain goats in ultra marathoning where it's like this guy like no one else could do it. Like this dude ran 650 pace per mile for like 48 hours straight.
Yeah,
just
like-
insane. But there's so many different like. It's just the amount of people that run the marathon versus the amount of people that do ultras versus the amount of people that do Ironmans. It's like the talent field is just so different for the amount of people that put the effort in, where it's more impressive if you're the best marathoner or top 10 marathoner compared to like the best ultra guy or even best like
I would say
sprinter.
mentally those are the toughest things.
They're
to
so
do.
hard. It's
Because,
like I would never do an ultra.
Like that's to be able to push yourself to do something like
Ultra
that. like-
Miami.
It's going on this weekend.
no, because my sister used to babysit for this lady who like she's a mom of like 4 kids, but she would still compete in like marathons.
Reba?
In her 40, and, like or in like Ironmans and stuff. No, she would do Ironmans and everything. Her and her husband in like their
Ironmans are
40s
so
and everything.
tough.
I'm like,
That's what I want to do. I just need to get some. Those are expensive. Like to get
Yeah.
a bike for that, those bikes are minimum $3,000.
you got to travel for it too, depending on like.
It's
where-
crazy.
I want to do a mud run. If we're talking runs, I want to do a mud run. I want to get all nasty, a little down and
One of my
dirty.
boys at UNF, he's the president of his frat there. Shout out Drew Barnett. That's my dog. He got there sophomore year. Big stuff for him. He did one of those with his boys and his frat, and he was like, "Oh, bro, I don't know how you do this." And I was like, "This is not what I do."
There's also the people that like
Like, it's not what I
run,
do.
like the coast of like wherever like they're at or whatever. Like stuff like that is crazy. to me.
I don't like running on sand.
There's
I
this
hate
one guy
sand.
who
Drive the coast.
I don't
So
know
real.
if you know who I'm
It's
talking
so real.
about, but there's this guy who's
I'm a
been
jet ski guy, so I'll-
running the continent of Africa.
Yeah, I saw that on Twitter.
What? I forget his name.
I don't
But
know.
He's
I
like
haven't heard of
he's
him.
like actively doing it like right now.
Yeah, he's running.
'Cause it's gonna
yeah.
take him like at least
He's almost done.
he's almost done, but he's been doing it for a while.
Yeah, like 3 or
That
like
takes
a.
Carl 3 days.
He's running like it may have been like a year or more.
Has it been a year?
Maybe not a year, but
I think it's been a couple
by the time he's done, it'll have been over a year.
This is why I have Twitter, now X, formerly Twitter.
But
however you wanna
he's
talk
talked about, because I listened to a podcast where he's been on. He's talked about like mid-journey, just like the stuff he has to. He's trying to run a certain amount per day, and also he's in not safe areas, so he has to worry about the stuff that he has on him not being like robbed or killed mid-run and stuff like that. Also, he's going
In
to like,
Africa?
desert at some point.
Yeah, he went. If you notice his track, he went like south. He went down this way.
Yeah.
He didn't want to go through like.
yeah,
he
he
didn't want to
didn't
go
go-
through the Pirates of the Caribbean ride.
Oh, Somalia.
Yeah,
Yeah, he also probably had to go around the Democratic Republic of the Congo. 'cause
that's in the dead smack middle of. You can avoid that. It's in the middle.
So you went on the east
would-
coast of Africa?
I don't
for it?
know.
Yeah.
I think it's closer to the east, but have you found his
I
I don't know, it's like stuff
I
like
just-
that.
yeah.
Like people who are able to push their limits to like, first of all, you can ask yourself, why are you doing that? Like, there's no point. But it's also, I don't know, humans are able to do crazy
Yeah.
things at the end of the day.
Speaking
so I think
of
stuff like that
runs,
is crazy.
Speaking of runs, and this is why I'm going to segue it on back to March Madness, because I was not done. We're not seeing any runs in March Madness. It is one of the
I wanted
most
to-
chalky tournaments.
I was gonna ask you guys where you thought, like, is this a good March Madness so far?
It
or
is.
this,
It
like-
is average.
It's been competitive. That's what I've liked. Even
Yeah.
though there's been no runs, some of those teams that I thought weren't going to be competitive were.
His name's Russ Cook, by the way. If anyone
Cook.
wants to look it up, the story
Hey,
of the guy
let Russ
running
Cook.
Africa.
Let
Russ Cook. He's running Africa. He's a ginger.
Yeah, that's what I
ginger.
remember.
But yeah,
It's super interesting because he's done stuff like this in other places before, but this is
Yeah.
like his hardest one. It's just like, I mean,
Yeah, I
Africa's,
bet.
Africa's
But-
huge.
Huge.
the tournament itself, it's been, I think, perfectly average because, I mean, just look at where we're at now going to the Sweet 16. I mean, the highest seed is NC State, and let's be honest, they got there because they drew Oakland. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I can't stand NC State. Let me put that out there.
ACC school.
Huh?
ACC school.
Yeah, their AD's on my hit list. His name's Boo Corrigan. Can't stand that guy.
Boo.
He's
Yeah, I was
you know why he's on my hit
This
list.
guy,
You know why he's on my hit list.
am I the
Him
only
and
one
his
hearing
daddy.
this?
Him and his daddy.
Ad-libs in the middle
His
of the
dad
intro.
and him have had it out for Florida State since the dawn of the 90s, and I'm tired of him and his family. Boo.
Yeah, he was
Corrigan.
trying to get the job, but they didn't hire him.
If you guys don't know who Boo Corrigan is, he's the spokesman for the CFP committee. And I don't forget what that guy did. And he was crying after they won the ACC championship game. No. I hate NC State. But they're the highest seed and they're an 11 seed. We're not having a St. Peter's run. We're not having any like crazy.
Loyola Chicago.
Like,
runs or anything.
I really thought JMU
Sister
could've
Jean
made
is
it.
overrated.
You thought McNeese was gonna go.
I thought
I thought McNeese was going to make a run too.
I
I'm
thought
not
they're
gonna
going
sit
to Elite
here.
Eight. I thought JMU was going to beat Duke.
87 bracket.
Yeah, I thought JMU was gonna.
I named
farther.
it Will Wade Masterclass.
I wanted
named
Yale
it.
so badly to keep
Yale,
going.
the
They got
nerds.
smoked. Yes.
The
Can you
nerds?
imagine an Ivy League school making it to the Sweet 16, bro, or the Elite Eight or something?
No, wait, Princeton. Yeah, Princeton.
Princeton made it last
No, but this is Yale we're talking
Oh,
about. Like, Princeton is
well,
cool.
okay.
But, like,
Princeton had
Now we're
been doing
splitting
absolutely
here.
his
I know, but my point being, like, for it to happen again when it happens so rarely is cool.
You're splitting hairs now if we're talking about, oh, well, Princeton.
We were to
Princeton.
Florida Southern. I'll be honest. I'll be honest.
Go Mox. Is that what we do?
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
Not doing it on
I'll
camera.
do it.
Tap,
I'll
tap,
do it
piss.
like
I
in
just did it on
dodgeball.
camera.
I'll do it on
I'm not
dodgeball.
gonna do it on camera. I've
Remember in dodgeball?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
never seen it.
I'm sorry. What?
Never seen
Wait,
it.
you got on me for not watching.
That's crazy because he's older than I am.
You haven't watched Remember the Titans.
That is true.
That's insane.
That is true.
That's more insane than dodgeball. Come on now.
No, it's not.
Yes, it
It's up
is.
there with it.
No, it's not.
It's a little bit crazy, bro. I'm
No, it's
Remember
not.
the Titans is one of my favorite
That is
Disney
the, like,
movies.
pinnacle sports movie.
How to defend yourself? How?
You were 45 when Remember the Titans came out. Of course, it's one of your favorite movies.
It's one of my favorite Disney movies. Denzel deserves a. Listen here, brother. Listen here. If we're remembering things, I remember the Titans, okay? T.C. Williams did the unthinkable, all right? Oh my gosh. You haven't seen that movie? You haven't seen Dodgeball?
Bro, dodgeball's like a comedy sports movie, whereas remember the time
Dude,
like a
it's
serious
legit.
based on-
They tell you about ESPN 8, the Ocho. You don't know nothing.
I've seen a lot of stuff about it. I just haven't sit down and
Hey,
watched the movie.
if you can
I'll
finish
watch
this sentence,
dodgeball.
let me see if he's heard it. If you can dodge a blank, you can dodge a ball.
Can't.
Do you know the 5 D's of dodge?
No, dude.
Oh my gosh, this guy. You don't even know about the great Patches O'Houlihan.
If you keep referencing the movie that I haven't seen, obviously I'm
Vince
not
Vaughn deserved an Emmy for that, or an Oscar.
I said I haven't seen it.
No, you want to talk about, like, because I've had, like, different hairstyles throughout the years. I mean, you guys have all seen it with my long hair, my short hair. I'm buzzed right now because it's so much easier to manage. You want to talk about great hair. Ben Stiller's performance in Dodgeball is, his hair's so fluffy and, like, it waves
That was
so
his real
magically.
hair? I thought it was fake.
I don't know, dog. It's beautiful.
How do you know you haven't seen the movie?
I've seen stuff about the movie. I've seen clips from it, but
You
I've
don't
never
even
seen
know
the
about
whole
the
thing,
Ocho.
Like, sitting down all the way.
I got
ESPN
you.
8, the Ocho, dude. Sorry, I'm looking at the names of my brackets,
You know what they should make a March Madness bracket of?
my takes.
No.
They should bring it back.
Let's keep that off
They
of
should bring
the.
it back.
Please.
Something about Slam Ball.
Oh,
Slam Ball's great.
Like,
I love their Twitter, bro.
Imagine like a March Madness of that, bro. Just like
that'd
best
be
team
sick.
goes, bro. That'd be lit.
I just wish there was more fighting in sports.
All right, Mr. Violence guy over here.
That's why I like the NHL video games. I don't score goals. I just fight. It's like
He's a-
drop the
he's a-
gloves.
he's a-
Drop the gloves.
He's a goon. He's a goon.
Yeah, watch
What'd
out.
you name y'all's brackets, if you don't mind me asking?
Let me pull them up.
Since I only had one, I named it Aura bracket.
I
I
have
had Aura.
I have my 20. I have my 25.
Carl thing.
I have my 25. If you guys are ready for me to rapid fire these names, okay. I'll give you the winner of the brackets too. Iowa State, which is my
That's a good
97.5%, is my best one. Ames stand up, and then the next one is the Iowa State one. Suck it Hawkeyes, and then the Purdue one. Boiler making winners. A UConn one. Feeling husky.
Okay.
Another Iowa State one. Corn-fed Cyclones. Another one. Duke. That's what I just named it. Duke. My favorite one. Zona, because I have Arizona winning it. Then my one where I put the buy-in, $20 buy-in. Cole's shining moment. It's not been shining. Kentucky sucks. Creighton. I had one for Creighton. Toronto Blue Jays.
That's so real.
That other Husky one, B2B. Will Wade, no, it wasn't Masterclass. Will Wade Onslaught. I was going crazy. I thought they were going to win the whole thing. Old Rocky Top, because I do like Tennessee.
Tennessee, baby.
I think Tennessee could make a run.
My winners.
Another one with Arizona, home court advantage. This one, Alabama, one of my best friends. His name is Justin. I call him Jay Benny, for Jay Benny. So I wouldn't mind.
What's the dude's name that was with Drewski? Will, was it Will?
I'm gonna piss my number the tide.
Number the Tide. How do you find that?
Roll Tide Willie. Roll Tide Willie.
Roll Tide Willie.
Yeah, no, this it's for Jay Benny, bro.
Alright,
Jay
no,
Benny.
shout out Jay Benny, though.
Jay Benny is like, you know how you and I did the meme last time?
Yeah.
Me and him do the meme all the time. All right, that's my dog, Jay Benny. Vintage Iowa State is what I named that one because their old logo is so sick. The vintage gear. I mean, obviously, I love rocking the vintage stuff. My Houston brackets. Houston Oilers.
Bro, we go to Florida Southern. Then just
Houston Oilers for my Houston one. Another Creighton one, Omaha Steaks, because they're in Nebraska. You know about that, Omaha Steaks? Okay. Marquette, Jimmy Butler's Coffee, and then the ones,
Face coffee.
and then, I know I need to, yeah, look, you need to step out. Sandstorm on repeat, Catamounts, and South Carolina Dynasty. I gotta take a phone call. Be right back. My bad. Y'all keep chatting.
mic.
Yeah, keep chatting.
I'll go with mine because there's not that many. The first couple was just my name. I had one, Iowa State all the way, baby.
First couple, just Jacob McDougal.
Quite literally. Because I was entering it in the wellness center like competition, I had to put my name and then the Theta Chi next to it to see where all sports are going.
Shout out.
And then I had one with Stetson going all the way, and it was kind of for the memes. In women's, I had Dawn Staley with the goat and then fire emoji.
Dawn Staley is the GOAT.
She really is.
You saw she's wearing the necklace the little kid got her?
I didn't see that.
Oh, I
no.
didn't see
That's
that.
hype.
Oh, it was like on Instagram.
Bro, I think Dawn Staley is like one of the best human beings, bro.
Yeah, she's awesome.
I think she video chatted back to him and she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna wear it the whole tournament. I'm not gonna take it off until we win or something like that."
That's so
My one with Kentucky was completely auto-generated, and I said ChatGPT got me. That was the title of that one. My Yale one was Ivy League with the greater sign. And I just had a couple ones titled Safe Bet 1, Safe Bet 2, because I have like Tennessee, Duke, and UConn, and like all that.
I just really didn't trust that Tennessee team after what happened in SECs.
Dalton Neck, baby.
I'm interested to see.
Neck, baby.
Is he confirmed leaving this? Well, yeah, it's his 5th year, right?
Yeah.
He's gonna be a second rounder, and I'm interested to see who gets him. I'm really interested to see what team gets him, because I feel like if he's in the right system, like I feel like if he goes to the Pacers, I think that's a really good fit.
Yeah, but
I think that's a really good fit for him.
too much. You know what I'm saying? With TJ and Tyrese.
Oh. I don't know. I feel like just throw him as a spot up.
Probably. That's probably what he'll be.
That's what I'm saying. Like he's just too old to really develop the rest of his game in an NBA role. But 'cause without Buddy,
Spot
Tyrese
up.
has struggled.
Did you see what?
Dalton Neck, you are a Miami Heat. That is Jack Golke.
Yeah.
I don't think Golke's gonna go to the league.
No, he's not. He
There's
said it
no
himself.
way.
Yeah.
I'm not
There's
going to
no
the
way.
NBA.
But the fact that he got a sponsorship,
That's
like,
hype. I'm so hyped.
the same
for that.
day during the tournament, did you see his ad? Just they could have cut out the ball hitting the floor of the hotel like lobby. That was so funny though. Good for him. Good for him.
That's like what you gotta love about NIL. Like I think NIL is great. I think it's finally giving a little bit more to the student athletes. I still think they deserve some of the
Nick
streaming
Saban
revenue.
disagrees.
Yeah,
Everything I love about the sport is gone.
yeah,
He's
it's
not
tough. You can't
wrong.
bribe kids under the table now. It has to be over
Yeah.
the table. That's tough. But yeah, I think I'm really happy with seeing how guys like Golke have really been able to take advantage of NIL, because it's something that I think has really helped the sport, even for the Division II level. Like a lot of people are able to get it.
I was comfortable for a little bit.
But no, like to the point of not being able to make the league. Apparently, an NBA like anonymous source or whatever said Zach Edey wouldn't be. He was compared him to Boban Marjanovic and said he wouldn't be. He's like, is he going to be a starter? No. Is he going to be like the second guy on the bench? No. He's more of a Boban type of like the way that he's going to be in the league. And I'm like,
You don't subscribe to that?
I think it's fair, but I also feel like it's kind of hating just a little bit because it's super early. And like we know his play style is traditionally like. It's more traditional basketball. It's not as high-level skilled talent as like the bigs are nowadays. But I would say give him a chance.
Edie.
Give
I
him
don't
a
believe in him.
I would say give him a chance a little bit to develop before we just.
Are we talking
Look, he's
about
old.
Zach Edey? Well, I'm back.
He's
Are we
old.
talking about Zach
How old is
Edey?
he?
I think he's a senior this year. He's
Zach
22.
Edey, ladies and gentlemen, is a foul merchant and plays a boring style of basketball.
He does play boring.
He is a boring man. He's a boring, tall man. And I stand by that. And if you like Purdue basketball, I don't like you. That's not
21
basketball.
years old.
He's 21.
He was born on my
What month?
cousin's birthday, actually.
And he
What
May
month was he?
14, 2002.
he
Yeah, so he'll be
is.
22 for the
I'm
draft.
not a fan.
Don't make me feel.
I think there was a
I was
rumor
about to
that
say, he's
develop.
just older than us.
he was Snapchatting a 16-year-old, I think, at one point.
Are we talking about Giddy? Or
It's
Edie?
about Edie.
Edie, Giddy and Edie kind of rhymes, but yeah, I think there was.
Shout out.
In the state of Indiana,
Shout out. What are
Not
we
in that
shouting
way.
shouting out. What are we
Okay.
shouting out?
Similar.
Excuse me?
Sounded similar.
One of
Wait,
you-
wait, what are we
Speaking of
shouting?
Josh Giddey, my brother asked
Words.
specifically for a Josh Giddey jersey
Shout out
So
on
your
Christmas
crazy.
Day.
That's
Shout
so
out your
crazy.
brother.
And
That's so tough.
And someone, I told some of my friends, and they go, "He's wearing his competition, bro." My brother's 15.
Yes. That's crazy.
He didn't get in trouble for that though.
Nah, she lied about her age.
Justice was served, gentlemen.
She lied about her age.
She shouldn't have been there.
That's still kind of crazy. How do you not know, bruh? Like,
It's
like,
hard to tell.
what do you-
like, where is he picking?
Let's be careful what you're about to say, bro.
Like-
he was over here like.
Like, what
it's
do you
hard to
talk?
tell.
This ain't
That's
a
why
Band-Aid
I.
situation.
That's what.
Yeah.
Listen here, brother. Call me a bouncer. I'm IDing everyone, everybody.
But the thing is, like, I feel like
I can
if
tell.
you talk to someone who's 16 versus someone who's 19, you can tell like the difference in conversation.
Versus someone who's like 25 and someone who's 18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you can tell the difference, and it's also like, I think it'd be kind of hard to notice like if she's, I don't know, like there's no way she wasn't wearing like some high school merch at one point.
Yeah.
Like that's just, anyways.
He had to have slipped up at some
But
point.
going back to Edie and not that stuff, I really, like, I think he'll be a second rounder. I think he'll probably bounce around the league, but I think it's a good decision that he stayed in college this long, just because I think, especially with NIL, like I was talking about, I really feel like that's the most he'll really make from basketball in the States. I think in Europe or in other leagues, I think he'll be okay, but he just can't be a rotational guy.
He's going to be he's the, you know how we got Yao Ming from China?
He's not Yao.
When he goes and plays in the Chinese league, he will be. He looks like Yao Ming's like.
He goes to the Guangdong Tigers.
Oh my God!
Shanghai Sharks.
Shanghai Sharks, baby. No, I think that Zach Edey looks like Yao Ming's unwanted son.
I was
with a little.
Yeah, I was like,
I was trying to paint it. I was trying to paint it up. Was there some crossbreeding in there? Maybe, perhaps some incest. But I was just saying.
This message is not sponsored by Florida Southern track or cross country.
Why are
team.
You gotta say that every 20 minutes just to make
with me?
Just make
Yeah.
sure.
But yeah, no, I'm excited, I guess, to see what happens. I hope it's Arizona, personally. I think it'd be nice to see Arizona win one.
I'd be hyped.
Do I have a future bet on them to win it? I do.
No, I agree. This tournament doesn't have as many exciting moments so far.
Well, the A&M game last night was exciting.
I'm like compared to last year, I feel like there was a lot of
there was
crazy stuff.
Okay, couple things.
Yeah, baby.
The dance.
You ain't made a Final Four or another NIT.
No, you didn't even make the NIT. Nice try.
You don't gotta slap me, dog. I will just not air this episode, bro. Try me.
Because his face of defeat out, he was just like.
Try me, dog.
You didn't even get college basketball
So crazy.
invitational.
Nice try. That was good.
You know you should try. You should try and compete.
At least my team, isn't like an indigenous name. We're just a hurricane, so we'll just go.
The Florida State Seminoles are backed by the Seminole Tribe of Florida.
I know you are.
Okay, don't say indigenous this, indigenous that. We honor them.
We?
Yes, we as a fan base. I rep the colors and when you cut me open.
Basically Seminole.
I have a little.
Oh wow.
I have a little bit of Seminole in me. Don't sit here and.
I met a lot of Seminole fans that are very aggressive. We'll get to doing a lot of things that are questionable to other Florida schools. So I gotta tread carefully around them.
As you should.
Don't know what I might not be on next episode. That's all I'm saying. And next thing you know, there's on the news. Bryan turned up. Turned up how? 6 feet under, not 6 feet tall.
It was so weird. He was wearing a.
It's not 5'11", ladies.
He was wearing He was wearing a garnet and gold. We found his body. He was wearing a garnet and gold.
I'm 5'9".
It's very strange.
Sorry, I wasn't even that funny.
No, what you should try doing is instead of buying players, you should try and for your basketball team, you should try and develop them.
I missed part of the conversation.
What?
What are we talking about?
Well,
buy players. You see what Florida think that? Get to they buy people that are good at sports. That is crazy.
We buy people that are good at sports?
Yeah. And who do those people tend to be? Exactly.
Why'd you look at me?
Student athlete.
Why you look at Jacob?
I was looking for. Oh God. Oh God. It's not February. It's not February. We can make jokes again. It's not February. We can make jokes again. All right. I'm gonna let you know this now. I guess buying players is the wrong term. You employ them for their services.
Yeah, people were employed for their.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
We provide them with an education.
I don't know how we got on
Private
this.
School,
How did we get?
I don't know how we got on this, but Bryan came in with the sledgehammer of jokes just now when I looked directly into your eyes at your co-host for some guidance on how to, on how to navigate this ship out of treacherous waters. Speaking of treacherous waters.
The first time we had Carl on, he had a rant about calling Randall Cobb a groupie.
He is a groupie.
So anytime we get Carl on the podcast, something just happens, okay? Just so you know. Just for
This is like news?
Aura, bro.
That's my aura.
Is the news? I'm looking for the Kim Mulkey Washington
Oh,
Post.
Oh,
I have
yeah.
post notifications on. I'm so
She was
ready.
at January 6th. That's my bet.
Yeah. Oh, more than that, bro. She probably organized it. She's
Between
cute.
us, someone goes crazy about something.
I know. I'm
That is
waiting.
me and you
I
right
think
now.
my second Adderall is about to kick in. Too, so you're in for
bro.
a treat.
So just because it's just him being on the podcast. He was here. He looked dead at
Bro,
the
you
camera.
You're a shit stirrer. That's what you are.
Randall Cobb is a groupie and just went off on him, and now me and you are going off on each other.
Yeah.
Carl.
Yeah.
So,
No,
like
it's
I
all
said,
love.
like I
It's
said,
all love.
softball.
Guys,
Yeah.
stop
Blame
feeding
Carl.
his ego. He's loving he's loving everything. It's all Carl. He's just like, oh, little old me. Literally.
Hey, bro. What's the go?
He's just lucky. He's a runner. He can run faster than me. That's all.
Yeah.
He can run faster than both of us. That's
I was right about the Jets. I was right about the Jets.
He was. In hindsight, he was.
I was right about the Jets.
I mean,
It doesn't help that
he
Aaron
got
Rodgers
hurt
played
though,
25
so
seconds.
like,
His Achilles went
Really,
hot.
right?
They weren't a top 10 passing offense.
but he wasn't even playing.
Yeah, I think they probably scratched, like barely get into the top 10, but I did not trust that team last year, and it's a good thing I didn't. I think even with Rodgers healthy, I think they have a lot of growing pains, and this year I'm excited to see what they can do, but I
they
don't
just
think it'll be a
sign-
ton.
Didn't they just sign
I
somebody?
know. I'm
Mike
sorry.
Williams?
I'm black.
Like that?
We're
I think
getting
it was Mike Williams.
No, I know. I'm just saying. It's
I don't know.
I don't
think
think
they-
you.
they signed-
Did you have your windshield
What's his
cracked
name?
on I-4
Smith?
in the middle of driving?
Tackle from the Cowboys.
Yeah, I believe they signed Mike Williams too because I saw a joke
That's-
about
that's the
him
phone
playing
call.
2 seconds on the
No, they did, yeah.
on the that
What's
turf and
happening?
getting hurt. The NFL overall is going to be different this year because you see that today they banned the hip
Oh
drop
my
tackle.
gosh.
I don't.
Don't get me
I have.
started.
I'm.
No, I have to get you started. It's content. That's why we're here.
The hip tackle
hate
is
it.
you have like they're making it so hard for defensive players to play defense. The hip tackle is dangerous, but so is
You're playing football.
football.
Yeah.
And in the next 10 years, it's just going to be flag football, and that's
I'm not
the.
gonna lie, this is probably going to be the hardest description I'm going to have to write.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to put. Enjoy. That's all I'm going to put.
I know. I got it. No, I got it. I got
have
it.
no idea where we're going right
I
now.
has-
We touched everything.
Okay.
We should just
well-
use one of his bracket names.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go through it. We love Cougars. That was my favorite one.
That's it. That's it.
Not. Let's
You don't?
ballpark that. Let's
We're
keep
a
that.
PG podcast.
Let's keep that in
The
the.
Florida Cougar.
Away?
The Florida Cougar
Let's-
is a. Florida.
Oh, they're scary, bro.
Cougars are a very like. There's a damn cougar. There's a damn cougar in the car. That's a great line from a movie. You know, Anyways, back to the hip drop. Kim, I thought we were talking about the
I
hip
don't know what
drop.
he was doing.
And I was trying to get from point A to point B.
Literally, we were on Kim Mulkey. And
Well, I can tie Kim Mulkey into what I'm about to say about hip drop.
Oh, no.
Hip dropping
Oh, okay. I
tackles.
thought you were
I can tie it. I can get there. The bridge is going to be a little squirrely.
Yeah,
but
let's let him cook real quick.
Kim Mulkey is a horrible person. Clearly, there's a lot she is a sour person. She's like a Karen essentially, right? And she's got problems with losing, and she's got problems with attitudes and this, that, and the other. And she wears these fancy outfits that my mom loves, and I think it makes her look tacky. All right, why are you wearing sequins tiger stripes? Okay, the only one that can rock tiger stripes is Will Ferrell in Kicking and Screaming when he wore the blue tiger suit. And anyways, the Washington Post thing is about to come out. She probably organized January 6th. Okay, and
We are.
and anyways,
speculation.
which you know, if we organize, we're not political, but she organized. We can look at her. I mean, come on, she probably was there. January 6th. All right, and then now we fast forward to today, where they banned hip drop tackles, which has Joe Biden's name written all over it.
Oh my. Okay, hold on a second. We're not.
Make sure to vote this year.
It is an election year. It is
Election
important.
year.
Please go out and vote,
Be educated on who you vote for in local and national elections. Your vote counts.
or don't. Just circle stuff
so
in.
professional.
Yeah, just circle stuff in. That's what I would say.
I can't vote locally.
So let's get back to on track. Where are you going with this?
Kim Mulkey was a part of January 6th, which is, I don't know, that's just kind of a meme going around right now.
Oh, he's straight up just.
And then
I'm trying to connect
with,
the dots.
well,
he said
the
fast forward
results.
to-
Stop.
to
I got it. The results of January, the causation of January 6th, which leads us to all the arrests, which leads us to the government talking about it, which leads more eyes on the problem, which then affects sports because Kim Mulkey is a part of sports, which we get in sports news today that hip drop tackles are banned, which is the government's fault. Austin from January
He got
6th.
lost.
It's hard to say on
You know
track.
that meme of from Always Sunny where he's looking at the board and it's all the pins and he's just like looking crazy? That's you. Right
That's
now.
Charlie, and
Yeah,
he's
Charlie.
looking for Pepe Sylvia.
Yeah.
You didn't know I was an Always Sunny
No, I
fan.
didn't, no, I didn't.
Pepe Sylvia, Pepe Sylvia. I see this name.
Cole.
I try to go to HR.
Oh,
There's no
okay,
HR.
that's
Pepe Sylvia, Pepe
Nothing
Sylvia.
about you surprises me anymore.
I know.
I'm gonna be completely honest. The only thing that has surprised me legitimately was that you're swimming.
Yeah, because I'm bigger now.
No, just because I didn't think you swam.
Oh yeah. No, I'm a pretty good swimmer. Well,
Like, the way I do it, I swim to survive. That's all I need.
I just gotta swim faster than
One
you.
of us.
And
Anyway.
that's
Speaking
what-
of swimming and
I just- you just gotta swim faster
and
than
talking
someone
about
else.
swimming in PR trouble, Kim Mulkey. I really don't. Like all memes aside, I really don't know what the report is that's gonna come out.
So
about
she's
her.
saying it's going to be untrue, whatever it is, but I don't. A lot of people were saying a reporter doesn't write a story for 2 years if it's not true. You know what I mean?
I saw this on Twitter where people were like, like what she said seemed like it was written by a lawyer. Like it feels like she kind of knows what's already in it, but she knows that it's gonna be like a real hit piece, not like like she's a jerk. It's gonna be like she actually has violated so many things because it's like when she was at Baylor, when all the sexual assault stuff was going on with like there were some false allegations.
She was at Baylor.
Bruh.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Bruh.
I don't know the
when she
history
was
of
at Baylor,
Kim
when all
Mulkey.
those like sexual assault allegations were going on, some were true and then some others were not. But a lot of them were true, and she was kind of just telling people like, if your girl doesn't want to go to Baylor, this isn't the direct quote, but it's along the same lines. If your child doesn't want to go to Baylor, then they're dumb. It's no real issue or whatever. And it's like completely like saying like if you're worried about your daughter being safe on a campus where it wasn't safe at that time, you're just being a wuss. And it's like, and then there's a bunch of stuff with her and Brittany Griner when Griner was on the team with her. I'm not the biggest fan of Griner in her like WNBA career when she was talking smack to Boogie, but
Yeah, no,
just her
we'll never
the
forget.
way that she was treated at Baylor was not good at all.
Was it as or worse than when she was treated in the Russian prison?
Probably the same.
The same?
No, it was not good. No, but it wasn't the way you should treat a student athlete.
My women's head basketball coach, GOAT, would never stand for this, and she's going for another title. Don Staley over at University of South Carolina.
See, and then there's Don and that fight between LSU and South Carolina. Like it wasn't that crazy of a fight, and it's like you could see the different. You could see the difference in reaction
kerfuffle,
between
if
the
you
two coaches, and like you could just see who is actually a good leader of people and who is just like
A trash human being. Yep, Kim Mulkey, trash
she's
human
as
being.
trashy as her outfits.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Project. Yeah,
I
but
always
I have
have
more
more
snap
sass.
in it.
Yeah, but give me a little bit more sass with it.
No, I need some
the
hips.
body
I need body.
Oh,
Oh, guys, we forgot. He's gonna
Senior
pull
section.
something.
I
He's
know,
gonna
I
pull
know,
something.
I know. Someone get me
Which
my.
one's the new hip?
It's the knee replacement, dog. Golly, it's the knee replacement from carrying this podcast on these guest episodes. I'm kidding. I love you guys.
Oh,
I had to
okay,
come
so
with.
It feels
we're
so good to be
there.
the only one here under 20.
That's not.
Oh my-
old.
Oh my
You guys
God.
are old.
Shut up.
You can't even get your own hotel room.
You need a fake ID. How's that feel?
I
They're
don't use a
overrated.
fake, so I'm chilling.
You guys should be asking me for sage wisdom in my old age instead of battering me. I've been around. I've seen some things, done some things. Yeah.
You taking the UConn money line? That's only.
No, you take their spread. That's a.
See, that's what I know to ask.
This dude was
Yeah.
betting on who was gonna purchase Louisiana first.
And disclaimer: I am not betting on any
Ooh.
NCAA activities, especially for athletics, as an NCAA athlete.
If we're talking about the
It's a violation.
If we're
I'm
talking
not
about
betting. I'm not
we're
betting.
talking about Louisiana Purchase. If we go back to UFC 299, which was a couple weeks ago,
I said he was around.
No, I heard that,
Yeah,
but
he bet for who was gonna purchase.
Louisiana fought France. Dustin Poirier fought
Oh,
that French Legion guy and won. So in my mind, we now own France again, or we own France. Louisiana owns France. It's like the old double reverse. We would have had to give Louisiana back if we
Did
lost.
you know how we got here, Carl? Or no?
I don't.
Like, did you hear
This
the
this
original
is like
statement that I
off
said?
the rails.
Yes.
I'm saying that.
That's why
I'm
you
self-aware
say that.
enough. Like, we haven't even
Anyways,
gotten all the way
talking
through
about the
March.
What are we
French.
talking about?
What do you guys think Wemby's going to develop into in the NBA?
Ah,
I am so excited to see his career.
nice.
Like with the league pass thing that happened on Twitter, where it's like you could get it
That
for
was good.
free.
Good job, Carl.
Like being able to just watch Wemby. Thank you. Being able to watch Wemby, like whenever he plays, it's just insane because he's made like 4 jumps that usually take like 8
When
years
you're done, buddy.
in the NBA.
No. You.
No.
I hate when people
See?
let you be a fan. Let him be a fan.
Let me be
the
a
same
fan,
way you
bro.
talk about Jimmy Butler.
Hey,
I don't talk about Jimmy Butler that much. You talk about LeBron way more than I talk about
I know, but you
LeBron
still
sexuals are
like,
gonna
bro.
Ooh and ah over the.
I'm not saying anything.
Over
The reason
Wemby.
this podcast
No, because
started-
anytime we
I don't
say
think
something
like
more than
people
like
that
two.
listen to this. The reason we started this podcast is because we were standing right there, right behind this camera,
Okay.
and had a discussion about who's our GOAT.
Yeah.
I said it was Jordan. He said it was Bryan.
Yeah.
Super civil conversation. Nobody got mad at anyone. I swear on everything, Carl.
No, it actually was pretty
We
nice.
no one got mad. I essentially shut up and listened to him. He shut up, listened to me, and then I was like, "Oh, I'm starting this. You want to be on?" He said, "Yeah, sure." Swear that's how it started.
No, but my
We
thing
can
was
be their angry translators because LeBron's your goat and Jordan's my goat.
we can talk about praising someone and it not be glazing.
See,
No,
that's
No, you're
the,
gla-
anything. It's just
So
he
if
was
he's
like,
talking about Wemby
no.
a little bit after him playing phenomenal, zip it up when you're done.
No,
It's just
that's
like
fine. I'm not saying, but the thing
it's
is,
funny, but it's like give it a couple more seconds. You know what I mean?
because the thing for me
Yeah, he's
is,
got to finish.
The,
If-
re-
no, Wemby does, remember?
I said you that
the
was
reason,
that was
the
good.
reason I said it is because he was like it's what he had said. He's made 4 jump like phenomenal. The way he just already jumped to like the GOAT already.
Is he,
was like,
he
I
didn't
never
say
said he was
goat? Is he wrong though?
He's gonna have knee
Because
problems.
after the first summer league game, everybody thought Wemby was going to be a bust, and here he is doing things that some of us have never seen.
That's the
before.
His
thing, 'cause
brother's insane too.
Because I didn't always
Yeah,
like.
he does have a younger brother. Isn't his brother like already like almost 7
Like
feet
7
tall?
foot
He's like-
at 15, yeah.
Because the thing is, I didn't always like LeBron. Because like as a Magic fan growing up, I hated the Heat when they were so good, and I was like, I hate LeBron. I hate the Heat. LeBron's
Never
a
hated
baby.
anybody. I don't have it in my heart to hate anybody.
I do.
It's cap.
I
don't
anyways,
think I think we do that.
as I've grown as an enjoyer of sports and especially basketball, as now I've started to watch it more in college, I've learned to appreciate greatness instead of being like, I hate this guy because he's so good right now.
And that's why he doesn't have Jordan in his top 5. I'm just kidding.
What?
Get mad.
Nah, bro, I know.
You hear my audible gasp.
Yeah.
Nah, Jordan's mine too.
No, but like,
just gonna
so
scream.
will you say, regardless of record, Wemby's rookie of the year?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Because Chet is nice, but Wemby's just.
Chet is really nice. Like I love
You
Chet's
see that
game.
commercial
Yeah.
with him and Shai?
Yeah.
It's a great commercial.
And Shea, like I've really loved his year. I think he should. I know some people are mad that he's in MVP conversations, and I think that's crazy.
dumb.
That
I
Thunder
think he
season
should.
is so good.
If he's not the front runner, he should be number 2.
Something else that's crazy to me about OKC. So we know they're all young. The average
Oh.
age, you saw this, like the average age of Duke is 22.
No, UNC.
Or UNC was 22, and then the average age of them was 22, like 0.6 or something like that.
Yeah.
And then I think about.
You're like 50.
Yeah, you could be like
That's
all
why
the
I'm like
guys.
saying, okay, yeah, we're just pointing out the just laugh. You don't have to point out.
No, because then I think about a matchup between all these guys that are the same age and how badly OKC would like destroy Duke, just because it's college or pro.
I
But it's
saw
like,
this-
how are they the same age yet such different levels in talent? You know what I mean? And like skill level, it's crazy.
I saw this thing on Twitter where people were talking crazy about the UConn team. UConn's great, super talented, super well coached. People were like, I forgot which analyst, but he was like, yeah, if this UConn team was in the NBA, maybe he'll be,
College analyst.
or they will be in the play-in. And that is insane. Any college team right now would not win more than 2 games in the NBA. Because you could put, no.
I think they could win
beat the
one.
Pistons, though.
Yeah, they could beat the
I
Pistons.
don't, but that's the thing.
I
Like
still
all
don't
the
even
guys
think
on the
they could beat the
Pistons would
Pistons.
be some of the best guys, if not the best guys in college basketball.
Yeah.
UConn's got how many 7? They got like 2
Dude,
7
but
footers.
pro is a different level than
It's so
college.
different.
For like,
It is
like,
so different.
Even if you're a great college player, we've seen it time and time again. You go in the league and it's a different
It's like
game.
what Scalabrine said. He's closer to Jordan than
than
anyone
we
is
are
to him.
to him. Like Cade Cunningham, he's nice. Like he's
Cade is
dropping
so
40
nice.
on pro teams. You think he wouldn't dog a college team? He absolutely
And we
would.
saw what Cade was doing when he was just in college. He was
Yeah.
like 30-point triple-double.
So I'm not giving it.
Now he's hurt.
I actually just this year I have a new favorite player for the NBA. First time in a long time. You know, I like Dwight Howard when he was on the Magic, right? I like Chris Bosh, D Wade.
Is it Jalen Durant?
No.
What is it? Jalen Green post, baby?
No.
Green
It's Sabonis.
Is it trade deadline D'Lo? Sorry.
No, Sabonis. Sabonis is my favorite. I love watching Sabonis play.
He's really fun.
Yeah.
I was gonna-
Sabonis. Yeah. Triple double merchant.
Oh, I haven't heard
I
that
said
one.
Saboner.
Yeah.
Sabonis?
Sabonis him. I don't know what else to
Sabonis
say.
is going to be in
He's
the new documentary that's coming out, I believe, this summer.
quiet on set.
No, the one that's like
Quad on studio.
the quarterback one but it's like NBA version.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's going
One of the guys
crazy. He
in it.
leads the league in triple doubles. How do I know this?
Everybody knows this.
If you bet on him, you'd be up quite a bit of money if you bet on him triple-double on the right games.
The right games. That's how it is for everything.
No. I've
If you bet on the right games, you'll win money.
Take the over points rebounds, bro.
No. Yeah, no. Well, the
Over on the rebounds.
The books. If you can get that assist, if you can get his assists, I had Jokic and him parlayed together. It was like $10.
He's salivating right now.
Yeah, you see how excited he got?
It was crazy. It was Jokic and Sabonis both to triple-double, and I put like 17 to win it was like 250. It was crazy odds. It missed by 1 assist. Sabonis had 7 going into the 4th, and he ended up with 9.
You don't want to see the DM he sent to them. He showed it to me. I can't say it. Okay.
I've sent DMs to athletes before. I have. I told Baker, I said, hey, when he was on the Rams, I was like, hey, bro, you just cashed like this big bet for me. I appreciate you, big dog. Now he's my quarterback, my champion.
That's why.
Hold on, if I'm talking about Baker, let me pull this out. My champion-winning quarterback, NFC South 3-time champ. And
Where the heck is that ours?
Yeah, it is.
Why the heck was that sitting there?
oh, guy,
Pre-planning.
as the champ of the NFC South.
You had this already, or was that just?
No, I don't know. It just appeared out of
What's
nowhere.
going on right now?
I summoned the
Pull that out of
wind.
your inventory, bro. I swear.
did.
I did not see that.
I did. But speaking of Baker,
Speaking of
thank you
it,
for
that's
this.
all
The
true.
NFC South, something Derek Carr will never win.
Dude, all right, why do we have to go there?
I'm just saying. Anyways,
Super Bowl is going to be in the Superdome.
that's congratulations.
Watch.
Do we know that? Do you know he's what are you, president or founder of the ADCA?
Yeah.
Anti-Derek Carr Association.
Yeah.
We don't even have to go there today. Let's
We're
say
making
all-
shirts. We had a bump in like some buy-ins and stuff like that, like the stock.
I can help with the
went up a little
shirt.
bit.
I can help design
Sweet.
it.
We're doing polos too.
Bet.
And essentially, the way you look at Derek Carr is like the scene from Forrest Gump when they're talking about intelligence, and he's like, well, the average is here, and Derek Carr is right down here. Like he's down there. Derek Carr's not a good quarterback. But anyways, speaking of DMing athletes, I've DM'd a dart player
Oh
before.
boy, where do I begin?
Luke.
I know you sent it to LeBron.
My sweet Pookie. I've never seen him.
Pookie, you were looking absolutely fire tonight.
I just
Pookie,
love
you were
the comments
looking
about
absolutely
it. It's
fire.
like, boy, oh boy, where do I
On
begin?
that putback jam. That's what he's probably sending.
No, he sent a whole
Bronze
he sent
sexual.
a 5-paragraph essay.
Hi, I am bronze sexual.
I could
number
easily write one of those, but I won't,
1,758,000.
because I don't need to.
To LeBron?
It's all up here.
I won't even do that to Harper, bro. That's crazy.
I've never DM'd a female
I've sent
athlete
him
though.
already. I've
Thank
sent
God.
already.
Good. That's
God.
Yeah, I've never done that. Like, they're too busy being successful. Like, I'm not gonna do that. But to the dudes, I will tell them when they suck.
What do you mean by that?
I will tell them they're bad.
Yeah.
And I will
Oh,
tell
was
them they're
talking
bad.
about that, but the women being too successful. The way Carl looked at me?
No, they're very successful. They gotta focus on their careers.
No, I never said
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
It's the way he looked at
So that when they're ready to
I'm just
settle
always
down,
looking at you.
when they're ready to settle down with me, with moi,
Oh God.
they're
me. They're missing out right now.
I know they are. But all this, come on now. Look at this.
Royalty. Hit my boy up.
I do have a
you know,
question
you know.
for y'all though. What's it like to ride the Terry Rozier thrill ride?
I'll ask him.
Bro, why?
Scary Terry,
So you
bro.
want to be a you want to like do reporting and like ask, but you got to think about the way they're framing these questions. Why do they do that to themselves? Are you gonna do something like that where you know it's like
100%. He's Karl van Gelder.
The thing is, if you know, I think you can do that if you have a relationship with
Because
the
he
players.
How
knew-
did you get past that? How did you get past such a hard D?
How do you edge past the D like that?
how do you edge past
I'll pay you $10. I'll buy you a beer if you somehow like
Like, you're at the
emphasis on
Olympics
edge.
and
I will.
you-
Yes.
Snake bite. Tomorrow.
Too easy. I'm writing the readers. It's
No. I want it when he's like when you're professional.
when I'm professional. Okay.
Yeah. I want it done
Write it
professionally.
down on your phone so you never forget.
Oh, I'm gonna do it even if I forget this. I'm gonna remember. I'm gonna remember somehow.
Wait, cool. Remember?
You remember?
You said you would buy me a beer if I said it. Well, watch the tape.
Check NBC right now.
Yeah. It's the Olympics, and I'm just like, oh my God.
Jakob Ingebrigtsen edging around the end of the lap to
Oh my
win the
God.
1500 final.
I would be crying. I'd probably pop champagne if he did that. Like I'd
That
have
would
like
go
the
viral on
confetti.
Twitter, too.
No, that's too. Now you're getting like quiet on set vibes right now. Talking about certain things. You know, let's back it up. Let's reel it in. All right, let's reel it in.
About the man on the back of
Sorry.
my shirt.
Bro, nobody
Reel it in.
just see this, man. How am I the only one seeing this?
we were the side.
I'm reeling in my championships. One FC South. Two NFC
Anyways,
South,
oh
two
my
NFC
gosh.
South. But anyways, you want to be a reporter,
Yes.
and we want to frame these questions, frame them like the Mona Lisa, right? But you want to also
'em too.
be
Paint a picture.
hard hitting enough, because I feel like the same questions all get asked, and that's what makes me mad about that's why I sometimes don't listen. It's like the same thing over and over, and that's
Except the throw ride one.
So that's a good one. Yeah. The Bob Does Sports, the golf guys, Fat Perez, Brentley Dumb, all those guys. They'll go to PJ Tours and they'll ask the funniest things, and it gets those guys out of their shell.
What's your favorite one?
Which one? The one they asked, I think it was Spieth or Thomas, the most recent one. And he's like, my buddy the breakfast ball one. He's like, my buddy that's what I'm referencing. My buddy Fat Perez made it seem like he wasn't there. He was sitting right next to him. And he goes, hey, what's up, man?
No, he pointed at me.
No.
Yeah,
but the way he talked, he asked about the question, he made it seem like he wasn't there.
Bobby Fairways.
Bobby Fairways. I felt like Bobby Fairways. I felt like him.
No, but it's sometimes when athletes interview their teammates and stuff, for fun.
Well, that's why those podcasts with they seem a lot more real when it's not just
What, the Duke Blue Pen? Is that what you're talking about?
No, but who was it that interviewed all the guys about Kendrick, J. Cole, or Drake? It was an NBA guy who was interviewing different people at
was it the dude that threw it at Kobe's face? Up and Smoke podcast? Is that the one you're talking
It
about?
wasn't on a podcast though. It was at a media day event, but
All the Smoke, not Up and
All the
Smoke.
Smoke is a good
He's the one that
podcast.
Pump faked it to him.
no, it wasn't.
He's the one that pump faked
Yeah,
it to him.
I forgot his
It was
name.
at a media day. It was one of the younger guys in the
Magic
league right now. But
Legends.
he went around
Matt
asking
Barnes.
different players that question. And
Yeah.
Because he knows he has Zion one because he knows Zion hates the media day stuff, and he was just laughing about it to Bryan's day or whatever. But
Marshawn Lynch always did media day the best
Yeah.
out of any athlete.
Just here so I don't get
That's the big thing with becoming when you're reporting on stuff is when I interview the basketball guys, I make sure to try to build a relationship with them beforehand because I see them a lot on campus, in the athletics building sometimes when I'm getting treatment or with my coaches or teammates or whatever.
Always getting treatment, always hurt.
Yeah. Amen. Injury bug always got that. But it's the big thing when you're a reporter is even if you don't have as much time around them, is finding a way to build that relationship. So you can say some stupid stuff because you don't want to be asking those same questions all the time. How was your 30-point per game performance? You want to be like, you were stroking that thing, cuzzo. How was it? And it's
you being the interview for the Snake Bite. So you were stroking that thing, 30 points, 10 of 10. 15.
This is gonna be the epic.
That makes it
they're
fun.
gonna get rid of the sexual education videos that they show in school, and they're just gonna show them this podcast with all the innuendos you guys have been making. Stroking that thing, cuzzo.
You're stroking that thing.
Yeah.
Somebody said that to me mid free throw for an IM game last
Yeah,
week.
buddy.
That's crazy.
And I
You
made
made
it.
it?
Oh
I
my
did make
God.
it.
You
Free
broke that thing, bro.
I don't think there's anything more infuriating than these 20-year-olds not making their free throws.
Bro,
this is probably the most
holy.
infuriating thing I've
Especially
ever.
when you got money on the
Isn't
line.
that's how which game ended? It was a Clemson game. He missed the 2 free throws. I would have.
That's how Auburn
tied it up.
lost.
That's how A&M.
Yeah.
That's-
5 free
Yeah, I
throws in a
know.
row.
That's how. Yep, Auburn.
That was insane.
That's how A&M did not cover last night. Who takes a shot from the logo? Bro, 8.
Caitlin Clark.
No.
Me and Carl after basketball.
This dude, this dude.
Chucking that thing from
It was
everywhere.
number 4 on A&M. It's their best player. He was having clearly an off night. I'm not even kidding. This is his stat line. And granted, they went into overtime. I need you all to listen to this. And he pulled up from the logo, right, in overtime. His stat line was
You go up top, you click
box score. Sorry, I was looking at it
You're
live.
old, so we
I was
need
looking at it live.
technology that well.
Okay, ready?
Text isn't big on his phone.
Wade
You gotta know.
Taylor, he went 5 of 26, 3 for 13 from 3-point, and still had 21 points because they got to the free throw line.
Oh, that was like Audrey Cooks last night, 3 for 21.
Bro.
On straight layups.
It was
You know Audrey Cooks?
No, I don't.
The big girl from Iowa State.
Oh, yeah. She
Dude.
yeah.
She went 3
that
of
was a
21
great game last night too.
She's a dog, bro.
That was a great game
It's
last
down
night.
night for
She's
her.
a cyclone actually.
So true.
Yeah.
She was a
I wanted them to win.
two-time, or she was a back-to-back high school shot put champion and one-time discus champion. Track and field makes athletes, folks.
My little brother just started.
She went 3 for 21 yesterday.
That's so. Yeah, I didn't have a chance to watch that game last night.
But it was just a battle of just one player for each team.
My brother just started track. He's a dual sport athlete now.
Track gets you
Little
athletic.
bro, he's long jump and high jump,
Oh,
Shout
yeah.
out,
That's
shout out.
and he's
that's-
white, which is even
you right.
crazier.
Your brother's white?
Yeah, 6'5".
Wow.
Oh,
Couldn't tell.
Either.
Would have never thought.
Who would've thought?
6'5".
Me too.
Now,
I don't know
Iowa State had Emily Ryan drop 36 last night. And then
Just can you real
Stanford
quick?
had Kiki Irafian.
It
She
also
went for 41.
it also does not matter because my South Carolina Gamecocks are going to win it all.
That's so facts. I'm such a believer in them this year.
Oh my God.
I have UConn making the championship and losing to them.
You got Paige
Bukers.
going crazy.
I saw a Paige Bukers. I don't know.
Beckers.
Beckers, same thing. Bukers, Beckers. I saw that a UConn Paige jersey in Publix the other day. Like a woman was wearing it, and I went up and told the woman, I'm like, that's awesome jersey, and she was like, oh yeah, I made it myself. Like it was like a UConn shirt, and she just kind of put her like thing on it. It was like an older woman, and they're like, oh, we love Connecticut basketball, blah 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 this, and like
Shout out
back
Emma.
up their stuff. And I said, well, I hope you're ready for the new dynasty. My Gamecocks are about to take over. What'd you say?
Shout out Emma, bro.
Yeah, that was
Connecticut
kinda quiet,
legend.
wasn't it? Yeah.
Connecticut legend.
Support
State
her
runner-up
boyfriend.
last year.
That's what we love here on the Potato Show.
Who's in now?
His
That's my girlfriend.
That's what I said,
She's from
support her
Connecticut.
Got you.
boyfriend. I said support her boyfriend.
Yeah.
We love that.
Oh, Connecticut?
Yeah,
Like rich Connecticut or like Connecticut?
Connecticut.
Like old Connecticut or like new Connecticut?
I don't know.
This
Not like
important.
that. I don't know.
Orlando kid, you don't know, bro.
Yeah, that's
You
right.
traveled the world. You've had a lot of time to travel. We haven't.
Yeah.
I know you were there when Connecticut was founded, but like I wasn't, bro.
If I was there when Connecticut was founded, I would have Connecticut money. So it's not.
Bro,
you know,
people just don't know. He signed the Declaration of Independence.
I signed
Right under
it.
John Hancock.
Yeah. I signed it real small though.
That's because it's under John Hancock who has the biggest signature.
That was your first group project, actually. Yeah, that's pretty hype.
He's been in college since then.
You know the painting. You know the painting of Washington crossing the Delaware.
Yeah.
There wasn't enough room on the boat, so I had to swim it. You know what I mean?
That's how you got your start.
It's
that's how you got
my
into swimming,
start.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's why he doesn't have any
I'll
eligibility
backstroke
left.
that thing.
That's why you don't have any eligibility left.
Yeah, I was backstroking that thing.
Oh God.
Backstroking that thing.
You were stroking George Washington? What? What are we talking about?
What are we doing, bro? What are we doing?
Hey man, game recognizes game. I'm gonna be completely
Anyways,
honest.
talking about game, the Gamecocks, they're my favorites in the women's basketball tournament. I
As they
think
should
Dawn
be.
Staley at the helm, she can coach pretty much anyone, and they have a lot of
We'll talk
talent.
about outfits. She
Jerk
looks
God.
good. Yeah.
She put that thing on for real.
She has that thing attached. You know what I'm saying? Like her style is attached in her personality. Her style,
The immediate just.
it's attached in her personality. You guys didn't let me get it finished. She got a thing on her.
No, because I look at him and he's just.
I was waiting.
Did you hear
I had to do the dramatic pause.
No,
you
no,
know?
I heard it.
We gave you time. We didn't
It
say
was just.
Yeah.
I'm not the one that said it.
Again, this is not.
He's the one that told me to say
This
it
is
off
not
camera,
endorsed
though.
by Porcelain Track or Cross Country.
or FSC TV.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
We do not condone this at Florida Southern College Television or the Hiss Radio.
Oh, yeah, personality. Oh,
Yeah, bro. Ain't hit that. Sassy
Oh,
Man
man.
Apocalypse, I'm leading it.
dude, that's great. All right,
That's the episode.
Let's get-
Sassy Man, it's
Sassy Man
Apocalypse. I'm
Apocalypse.
leading
Let's-
it. That's the description.
listen. Let's. All right.
Just gonna call it.
Sassy Man Apocalypse. I'm leading.
This is gonna be called
Straight
the
up.
Carl and Cole Show. That's the name of the episode.
Yeah.
Too easy.
That's right.
And that's the screen. Can you hold that for a second, just so we can?
1, 2, 3, good.
And that's it.
I will say this. I know we're kind of just bouncing all over the place, having a good time. You know.
Oh, I wrote sassy and I misspelled it and put daddy.
Whoa, hey.
Oh, wait, hang on. How do you
Whoa.
misspell
I was
sassy to
going
daddy?
crazy.
That's what the
That was
Saints call the
autocorrect?
Bucks, baby.
Yeah, that was autocorrect.
That's what the Saints call the Bucks. Anyways,
SSA instead of SAS, and it just autocorrected.
after I do have a question.
Carl, what
He's
is
still
happening
holding
right
the
now?
trophy.
I do have a question. Who do y'all think cuts the nets after watching the first weekend? Who do you really genuinely think cuts the nets?
For women's?
I think we all
I
agree.
think we all think South Carolina.
For men's?
men's.
I had
We're down to the
Arizona
Sweet
going
16.
in. I had Arizona going in, but with how they started off the tournament, they really scared me. Because Caleb Love needs to be their guy. Like, their supporting cast is really good, don't get me wrong. But if Caleb Love isn't dropping 20 with like 5 assists, especially this late in the tournament, I don't know. I'm not going to say I'm going to stick with Arizona. I don't believe in Purdue.
No.
UConn, I just think something will go wrong. But I think a sleeper two sleepers I have Marquette, Iowa State. Those are two
Iowa
defensive
State
teams
is-
I
have
really
one of them
believe
winning
in.
it.
Yeah, so just right now, you pick your winner.
I'm gonna say UConn to be safe, just
Okay.
because I think it's a simple one.
Take the easy way out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have Tennessee winning mine.
Ooh, spicy
That's
pick.
spicy.
Spicy pick.
I have. Who do you have?
I have one with Tennessee winning. Who I have UConn beating? 1 second.
I have Tennessee beating Iowa State.
So
I think Iowa State can go all the way. I really do.
yeah.
They can beat UConn. I'm
So
fully sold.
everyone y'all said 100%. I'll rock with
You probably
Zona.
have them all in all your brackets. Every single team we're gonna say to win, you probably have a bracket with one of them winning.
Yeah, but where's my money on? That's the question.
Arizona.
I have another
I have
one.
UConn beating Houston, but I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think Houston's
I don't think
making
Houston's
it.
gonna make it that far.
They're really good
I pulled
defensively,
out
but-
my Houston bet. I pulled the money out of my Houston bet because they play too slow, and that was point last night. All their starters got fouled out, by the way. All but one. All their starters fouled out. So if you can really grind down Houston, it's going to be a problem. I would love that coach to win a championship, but I don't think Houston makes it. I can't stand Purdue.
They're gonna lose.
The UConn, UConn, their path is a lot easier. I'm rocking with Zona, and I do have Tennessee. I have a ticket for Tennessee because I think Dalton Connect's like legit him. I will give you the one that you guys are y'all haven't said. And shout out Roll Tide, Willie Blitz, Bama Blitz. I can tell you why.
Bama's not
I can
gonna-
tell you why. Grand Canyon put up a great fight, but Alabama's showing that they can play defense, and if they can just shoot the lights out on you, their best three-point shooter got injured last night, and if they can shoot the lights out on you and grind that down and actually play defense, Nate Oates is the guy that can take them all the way. And don't be shocked because they play at such like a high pace. They're dogs, and I'm taking them to beat UNC.
See, I think if they play UConn, Arizona, Marquette, Iowa State, or Houston, they're losing.
Something's got to happen in the Sweet 16.
They
Some
just can't
chaos
handle the
has
slower
to happen.
pace.
You know what I'm saying? It's been so chalk that it's going to set up for this the second weekend. Something crazy has to happen. So I'm taking Bama to beat
San
UNC.
Diego State's still nice.
Who?
San Diego State. I feel like if you're really looking for some craziness, them over UConn.
I don't
would be
even know what the
crazy.
spreads are. I have Iowa State beating Illinois as well. I think I like Iowa State. I would, why not bring a championship to Ames, Iowa? What they ain't got nothing
It'd be
going
so
on
hype.
there. They'd be very hype. But I do, again, I will reiterate this. I think UNC is a bunch of frauds. So I'm gonna rock with, the boys.
I think they have
At 10.5, UConn.
10.5.
I
You
think
just
they
have
have
to
the
take the points. I'm taking the points with that one. Who?
3.5 for UNC.
I'm taking Zona just to win. I don't know if Clemson will cover. Let me just run through it real quick.
We haven't said anything about Illinois.
Because
Illinois
I don't think they're
that good either.
I had more.
beat
No.
Iowa State. Though. I don't think they
Marquette.
I'm surprised they made it this far.
I think Marquette. This is the weekend.
gotta expect that.
Gonzaga plays Purdue. This is
have
the
to expect
most
them to-
underrated Gonzaga quiet team. Drew Timmy's off the team now. I would not be shocked if you look up and Gonzaga is in the Final Four.
I think Gonzaga is the best sleeper to pick if you're going to pick a sleeper.
That's
No,
fair.
I actually I think also this is I think Tennessee wins, but don't be shocked either if Creighton makes a run because those guys
Yep.
can ball.
I
and they
love that
proved
Creighton
it. And
team.
I like Creighton too.
out the
Every
Big
year
East.
I think
you
I have one
think,
with them winning it too.
and they're the guys that they fall into that category of teams that actually can win it when they do the offensive and defensive, percentages. Yeah, and Bama is only out of that. Their offensively is in it, but their defense is so rough. But again, it'll take craziness, which we've lacked in this tournament. We've lacked craziness because I feel like, again, the high seed is the ACC champion NC State, who got a Oakland draw. You know what I mean? And that game was close too.
Yeah.
And I think that you can't go wrong taking the points against the San Diego's or against UConn at 10.5. Bama outright, Iowa State outright, and Marquette outright. That's 4 plays right there. I think you can just hammer those. Ooh, you can build that. That's a parlay that, and then we'll come back. And I'm gonna play that this weekend. I'm right here, right now. I'm playing
I
Marquette
will
money
not
line.
NCAA athlete,
Playing
cannot
Marquette
do
money line, Iowa State money line,
Okay.
Bama outright.
Hold on. Say it a little bit louder so people hear you.
As an NCAA athlete, I will not be betting on any NCAA athletic events as that is a violation of my agreement that I signed with the NCAA. Back to you, Cole.
You can't.
Back to you.
Unfortunately, you can't bet on Florida State or Florida Southern athletics.
Or else
I
you'd
looked.
You'd be
I
riding
looked.
Carl's
I,
money.
I kid you not. I actually
Carl's
looked.
money line all the way, right? Yeah.
I don't think I can do.
Carl winning the 10K. Oh wait.
Well, you could do like my over/under.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carl,
Have that.
Carl over under.
But yeah, no, that's my play.
Oh, it's usually under.
Zona money line, Bama money line, Actually, I'll take the points with Bama, but I think they win outright. Iowa State money line and Marquette money
Who's
line.
Bama playing again?
North Carolina.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be a high-scoring one.
The over/under for that is 173.5.
He don't give a piss about nothing but the tide.
That's pretty
Get
high.
pissed
though.
about nothing but a Tide. I do pretty good. Roll
You
Tide.
gonna hold
really
that thing
impressive.
the rest of the time?
I don't
You've been
know.
holding it for like 20 minutes, maybe more.
Yeah, well, you know,
Oh, okay.
I'm a champion. What can I say? Something you haven't tasted since when?
2009.
The silence is deafening.
No, I know it was 2009.
I have a very good segue.
It was.
Baseball season starting up.
I
Starts
mean,
on Thursday.
How do you feel about them playing the games in Korea?
I mean, that is crazy.
That's
My future employers. That was the other white guy. That was not me. That's the other white guy.
that's not
The
even.
guy wearing gold,
The guy wearing gold.
holding the trophy.
Why? Why? Why?
I come at you raw and unfiltered.
What?
And I come correct.
You
come out as raw, bro?
Raw and unfiltered.
What?
Balls?
We're protection.
Baseball in Korea.
Finish with baseball, and then we gotta get out of here. This is going to.
We're not even.
You're like an hour and a half.
Yeah, we still got time.
Dude, we're just gonna say more. What else?
No, we're fine. We're cooking.
We haven't even gotten to the NFL.
We're
really.
cooking it's like a Thanksgiving turkey right now that we're cooking, and it's like halfway dropped. We just gotta be nice and easy. We're gonna ease on into it.
Anyways, baseball. Bryan.
Baseball, yes.
I think baseball in Korea has been pretty cool. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a global sport, so I think you know the Yankees just played in Mexico, right?
I don't care about the Yankees.
Well, I'm just saying. Like,
That counts as their opening day, doesn't it?
No. Oh,
What
wait,
is
wait,
some-
for who?
Korea.
Oh yeah, that was opening day. The Dodgers and the Padres are 1-1 already, and everyone else is 0-0.
I don't like it.
Why did they start so early?
Because that's the only time they could travel to Korea. They had to give it time for people to get it. They don't want them to do like right now. They go to day, then they come back as jet lag.
What do you think about the whole Shohei thing? Do you think it's like?
Oh my
We didn't
gosh.
even touch into that.
I-
My gosh. This is
we're
right
cooking.
up my
We're
alley.
cooking.
This is right up. I'm gonna put this down. Yeah, I'm gonna put this down because I gotta chit chat
Okay.
about this. What do you? All right,
That's a great,
I'll go last.
All you had to do was say that he puts a trophy down.
Yeah, because I got on my hands for this one. So you posed a question. What do you think first?
I don't know much about the situation. Was it like a Calvin Ridley thing? When he was betting
Let's
on-
go to our baseball analyst and Marlins fan who's wearing Phillies.
I just know that it could be a big thing, and that's all I know.
Swing and a miss. Go.
So I am wearing
Yeah.
Philly stuff to clarify. Harper is my favorite player. It's a Harper jersey.
Harp sexual.
I-
Continue.
100%. You don't know about the things I've said about that man. Pause.
Thank you.
It
Resume.
apparently, since you don't know what it was, what I've heard, right, before we get to our professional amateur bettor, as he was referenced to on the last podcast, he apparently, what's his name? Ipe? Is that how you pronounce his name?
I don't know.
Epe or Ipe or
Yeah,
something.
something like that.
I almost made
His-
another
his
joke, but I
translator-
refrained.
his translator,
Other white guy.
right? He apparently was taking money from his bank account to place bets, like Shohei's bank account to place bets, but
And that number was what exactly?
I think it was
3
4.5.
or 4.5, yeah.
4.5.
I thought it was less than that.
No, I think it's 4.5, but they said 4 or 4.5.
Let me interject real quick. I don't know how, no one knows my bank account info. Even my mom, who helped me open it when I was 15.
Mine too.
And it's like my mom doesn't even know it anymore. It's like, so even if you need him to translate, the bank app or bank website would have a translation guide
No.
for it. So I feel like he has to be involved in some way.
The investigation went into him. Allegedly, Shohei knew everything and actually gave him the money. So people are speculating that it was Shohei
Yeah.
that actually bet and had his translator take the fall because he's MLB's poster boy. MLB's poster boy,
What was he betting on? Just MLB?
we don't know. Nobody
No
knows.
one
who he was
knows.
betting on. It's just apparently for a gambling.
With a big star like this, you're not going to be able to they're not going to dive into it. Now,
They didn't want to.
Yeah.
They didn't want to investigate Ohtani. They only want to investigate Ipe. But because there's speculation that Ohtani was completely aware of it, and
talk about a whale was those unit sizes. 4.5 million.
That's
Golly.
crazy.
gave him it was
Losing
over like
that.
3 years. It was over like 3 years, and gave him the money,
1.5 per
now
year.
On track.
we open the investigation onto Shohei. So as a bettor, how do you get away from that?
How do you get away from what?
Huh?
How do you get away from what?
Like, how do you do things, off the record, so nobody knows you're doing anything illegal?
You're tapping into my
that the
criminal,
kind of podcast
criminal
we
side.
are now?
Other
I
white
think.
guy.
Other white.
Yeah. So
We
my
know
thoughts on
he's
it.
not a criminal.
My thoughts on it.
Law-abiding citizen right here.
My thoughts on it.
Just help,
Other
just
white
help him
guy.
out. Just help him out. Just
trying
say
to
yes.
Other white guy.
He's over here like
Other white guy. Yeah.
Other white guy.
The
I'm gonna put that.
the other white guy.
The other white guy.
the other white guy.
The white guy.
The
Yeah.
what's so crazy, if this was like a family member, like again, it's so close to him. You can't tell me that it wasn't with those unit sizes. I don't know how much that guy's salary is, how much he's getting paid. It can't be that much over the course of that many years. And I
Shohei or translator?
Ipe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how much he's getting paid, and just the unit sizes alone, it makes me think that it's, with betting becoming more mainstream and stuff like that, more athletes are going to get caught. And if it is Shohei that is proven to be the one doing the betting, and they still allow him to continue to be the poster boy and play, you need to put Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame. I don't care what anyone says. You need to put Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame.
I agree.
I still think he should be in the Hall of Fame, but Shohei,
What do you think about Bonds being in the Hall of Fame? I don't know much about baseball, but I've heard
It's completely
that's
different.
different. I know it's
Completely
different, but
different thing,
Pete Rose, the reason he's not in the Hall of Fame is
He
because
fixed
bet.
games.
He no.
he didn't even fix him. I thought he.
He performed. He never bet against his performance and then did bad. That's what people don't understand. He
See?
did not
Casual.
bet.
I have an example of someone that did bet on their performance and did bad. The Keyshawn Butte, he was an LSU wide receiver.
Yeah.
He got caught betting, it was a couple months ago, and he plays with New England Patriots. It was like a year after, and it was about $500,000 worth of bets, and it was like deposits into the account, and I'm pretty sure it was like, his username was like KButte1 on the app or whatnot. He bet on his overs on everything against that first game against Florida State, where he had 2 catches for 7 yards. Like he bet on his over, like he bet on his performance to do well, and he got clamped by my Knowles. He got clamped. But back to Ohtani, if he's the one doing it, like it's such a bad look for him. You got to go through multiple channels. I'm thinking if you're gonna do this, it's got to pass through so many hands of like a close circle to where it could potentially be led back to you, but you don't do your immediate person, the translator. I think it was Ohtani, and I think he's gonna. And Ipe took the fall.
So what's he gonna? If it is him, are you gonna get suspended? Is he gonna get? What are they gonna do?
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna ask you, right? Because as a guy who actually watches baseball like me, what does that do for like people like Trevor Bauer?
Well, Trevor Bauer was proven innocent, wasn't he? No, it's a double standard. It's 100% a double standard. It's like who brings in money.
Otani's the poster boy.
Yeah.
So did Trevor Bauer. Trevor Bauer had people watching him because he was, he had a flair for the dramatic. He was exciting to watch.
But he wasn't.
He wasn't on a good
Ohtani.
team.
No.
Otani's completely
Ohtani as a person is more likable.
Oh, 100%.
Like attitude, personality. That's another bit of difference. Trevor Bauer is me, even back to his high school days. So that's where, again, it's like, okay, am I going to cover the guy who's a good PR, like as bad as this is, the guy who looks good versus the guy who's been like an a-hole, to his teammates and on the team and kind of like all about me, and like causing issues in a way. With Ohtani, I don't know. If he's bet on, like, you gotta look at the bets. We can't have people fixing games, but like people are still gonna bet. You know what I'm saying? So if there's a way you can sign it in a contract, if there's a way like you can navigate it, it's like a whole. Since it's becoming mainstream, there's like a whole way we're gonna have to navigate it because I can't be having people fix games. Vegas already fixes games, and it pisses me off. It seems like every team knows that I bet on them. I'm just saying, every team knows when I have their points or when I have them to win. Like. I took it's my buddy put like $300 like $600 on like a minus like 1,000 just to feel something. Like the odds were so low just to get a green slip. Like you'll see those like screenshots like just to feel something. It's like risk $100 to win $1 because they were such heavy favorites. It's just like that urge to feel something. But I swear Vegas just knows how to rig games.
You should add the gambling hotline at the bottom of the
1-800-GAMBLER. Don't call it. They don't pay for your, like, it's like if you're in gambling trouble, they just like talk you through it, I'm pretty sure. I call it responsible gambling. This, that, and the other.
He's pretty sure.
Pretty sure. I've never called it. I'm not gonna call it. If they.
I thought you did it. I was like, oh, he did call it. You were
No.
saying, I don't know.
Guess what? No quitting. That's right. No quitting. No quitting in this guy.
Fist bump.
You can't.
Yeah, you can't fist bump.
Yeah.
So the Barry Bonds thing to you.
Yeah. I'm going to go back to that, what we were talking about real quick about
reason-
Ipe.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
So I saw this on Twitter, and it's confirmed. It was not confirmed, but a report from the Athletic Sam Blum that there were multiple inaccuracies in Mizuhara's publicly available biography, which he gave the Angels. So as part of his description when he got hired, he was a graduate from the University of California, Riverside in 2007. But when the university was recently asked about his attendance at the school, they say he never attended, which is just another question mark where it's like, if you're the Angels, how do you let this happen?
Because it's the Angels. There you go. You just answered your own question within your question.
See, that's how you know I'm a casual.
Yeah. Have you watched any baseball movies since we talked about baseball?
I've seen The Perfect Game. I love that one.
Bro, that movie made me cry.
No, I watched it as a kid. Everyone's Hero is probably my favorite.
You haven't watched Moneyball yet?
I have not. I heard it's really good though.
He didn't do his homework.
I know.
You did tell me to watch Moneyball. I'm sorry.
We've told you to watch many movies.
I've
Now,
watched
you have
Moneyball.
I've only seen part of Field of Dreams. Like I haven't.
Never seen
Bull Durham, didn't watch that. You can't. He did.
I know
Major
Bull
League.
Durham's one of my favorites.
You don't like comedy sports movies though, do you?
I do. Like I love The Waterboy.
Dodgeball.
Major League's hilarious.
I love The Waterboy. I love what's the other?
Shout
Adam
out The
Sandler
Waterboy.
called?
It was filmed here.
Yeah, it
Yeah, in Edge.
I
didn't
watched
know
that for a project for one of my
know?
classes last
I didn't know
semester.
You said
Great
it.
movie.
The medulla oblongata.
Those were real students. It was during a real class time here.
I wish they was still set up like yet.
You had. I thought you were. Oh no, you weren't here yet.
I wasn't here. That was before my time.
No, that was during your time.
Before my time.
Before his time here.
Oh yeah, before your time here.
Yeah.
You're still up getting that old Connecticut money?
Yep. I was manifest destining. That's why. Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, I've seen a lot of I just haven't seen Dodgeball.
Well, this guy hasn't seen Remember the Titans, so you're off the hook for a little bit on that one.
But you've seen Coach Carter though, so we were pulling that front.
Coach Carter's a great movie.
I love that
phenomenal.
movie.
You want to talk about a guy that could take a 16 seat all the way? Coach Carter could
Coach
take.
Carter can take it. Yeah, absolutely.
He'd be like, "There's too many snakes on this basketball arena," or
You know,
something like that.
and he'd be having them all going to class too, not doing none of that
Yep.
stupid stuff. You know, tutors and stuff.
Yeah, like UNC, they don't be going to class.
Barry Bonds, however, going back to the original.
He was
point.
juicing. Bring back juicing.
Okay, here's the thing with Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds' speculation why he isn't in the Hall of Fame is because
He's black.
I didn't say all that. I didn't say all that. The quote unquote is that steroids. Every time he was tested, he came back negative.
Yeah.
However, they speculate he did it, would stop, then he'd get tested and he'd come back clean because he was off of it. That's what people speculated because it's very hard to get 762 home runs.
Yeah.
And let alone,
That speculation was enough to keep
let
him from the Hall of
alone
Fame.
how big he got when he was with the Giants. But if you go back to his Pirates
Yeah.
days, when he was skinny, he was still hitting close to 30 home runs a season.
And he was tiny.
And he was skinny. So he always had the power. Just once he put the weight
Muscle on, yeah.
and the muscle, the home runs went from 30, 35 to 71 that he hit.
Well, are y'all familiar with baseball? Like they've been practicing with like the baseballs
Yeah,
and stuff.
like
Yeah,
dead
they
ball
did like the whole
era.
steroid era of baseball.
If
that
they
they
had
talk
the
about.
juice baseball eras
Yeah.
back in 2019. It was when home runs took an increase at about 22%.
Was that the Field of Dreams game?
Well, it was
That game was
too,
cool.
But no, there was speculation because it was Justin Verlander came out and said that he felt the balls differently. He's like the ball. Mind you, Justin Verlander's been in the league since 2007.
Yeah.
So he was like, it feels different than the baseball. I've been using basically my whole career. When he was in Houston before he went to the Mets, and he was like,
Now he's back in Houston.
Now he's back in Houston. Basically got him for a bag of chips too. And Mets is paying his contract. So
That's my favorite thing.
Shout out Houston. Shout out Houston. Outsmarted. They he said the baseballs felt different. A lot of pitchers were like, yo, it feels different. And that's when all the home runs were being hit. They go back to the original ball in 22. Home runs decrease instantly. Like about, I think it was 25% or 30% decrease in home runs. Strikeout rate was up, I think, 45%. And hitters were saying, I'm hitting the ball harder and it's not going as far as it was last year. So there was a speculation that they brought a new baseball and it had more pop so the ball can go out to bring in more fans because for the casual fan like you two, you don't want to see a 0-0 ball game in the ninth with one hit for either team because it's a pitching duel Whereas like me and Cole, we'd be like, this is a fantastic game. Probably not Cole, but
No, I try to bet the over and have fun on that one.
That's because he's betting.
But
I like the sport. I like the intricacies of the sport because it's what I grew up playing. So if I'm watching,
I can respect the inner workings of the baseball diamond.
I'm watching the game.
But speaking on casuals, like you mentioned the casuals, you guys are casuals, clearly for baseball.
Yes, yeah.
What, Orioles?
Yeah.
Okay, Orioles.
I don't have it.
Orlando Rays.
Say the Rays, yeah.
Yeah, the Rays. Or
Probably
No, well, because my aunt's a Yankees fan,
So we'll
but
just
I
say
don't rep
Yankees.
the Yankees.
All right.
I'm a Diamondbacks fan, though.
Okay.
I have a Diamondbacks hat. My mom, she used
if you
to.
said
Whoa.
Yankees, I would believe it because you're a Giants fan.
I'm a Diamondbacks.
I'll
I'm a
give him
Diamondbacks fan
Diamondbacks.
because my mom,
mean,
she would
that's
always
valid.
have to travel for work when I was younger, and she would go to Arizona, and she would always come back with some
I'll give you that.
Arizona Diamondbacks
I'll give
gear.
you Diamondbacks.
That's
So
The wrong
when they made
expansion, the wrong expansion team won the World Series though. Should have been my Rays.
they broke the Marlins record.
But-
Marlins had the record for fastest turnaround
So
from a new franchise.
this is my issue with
Diamondbacks
baseball,
broke it in
where
2
like
years,
old
Marlins.
heads say it's the pastime of America and this, that, and the other. As a casual, are you getting up at 5 a.m. to watch the Dodgers play the Padres on opening day in Korea?
No one is.
the only
Like,
the only
they're
baseball
making
I
it
watch
so
is
hard to
postseason
watch.
I'm
baseball.
not either, but the reason they did it was because they want to expand. So it's the same thing with the London games that they did.
The London games aren't good.
But that they just want to bring MLB to.
They want Korea to start watching that.
They
movie.
Because baseball is big in Asia. So
As we all know, Korean baseball is a hotbed of talent, excitement,
I got so scared.
and betting
No.
So
prowess.
So
No, 'cause he bets on Korean
I did in 2020 when there were no sports. It was the only sport that was on. Was like
You also
the
bet on Finnish hockey in case.
I did. The Finnish
I-
hockey was
yes.
I
bad.
got the graphic if you want.
No, but like bringing the NFL, the expansion, like you said, it's the same thing. They're just trying.
You
to
know
get
they're playing in
more
Brazil?
eyes on- They're playing in Germany. Like the Germany games are hype, even if it's not a good game.
But
The fans
speaking
love
of-
having it there for that one
Speaking of,
time.
Did
So
you see the Mexico game between the Giants and the Padres last year?
No.
Go Giants.
It was 15-11, and there was I
15 to
think there was
11.
7.
So
home runs.
they're bringing back the old.
I think there
yeah.
was speculation that there was the new ball, but it's for people like that. They're gonna be like, oh, home runs, they're gonna get hyped. Whereas like,
Things
I'll
is-
get hyped. Don't get me wrong, I'll get hyped.
The
if
Germany
there's
games are
50
lit.
home runs.
The,
You know what I'm saying?
They actually funny story. My buddy that I went to high school with, this legitimately like you can make the jokes or whatever. He played football D3 up in Indiana, bounced around coaching wise. It was at Weber.
Shout out.
Oh yeah, Weber. Yeah, I know.
He was at Weber,
That's one at Weber.
and then he now accepted a wide receivers position in Austria for the European Football League.
As a coach.
really?
And it's like kind of like as the wide receivers coach, and it's like an old Super Bowl winning coach is the coach over there for like the Austrian, like it's like the whatever Raiders.
Yeah.
And I actually followed the EFL on Twitter just because I saw it and they were talking about it, and it's actually interesting. Germany's a hotbed for football,
Yeah.
where London, I don't think it
didn't
kind of
really
is,
pick
it
up.
kind of isn't, but
Yeah.
you have to compete with club soccer, so that wouldn't work. Mexico, I mean, you're just gonna get Raiders and 49ers fans down there. Why are they going to Brazil? I understand bringing it like international and then flag football's coming to the Olympics, but like, I don't think anyone wants to play. Like, I can understand it
Well,
going to
I think
Dublin.
flag
I
football in
mean,
the Olympics is so
like
dumb.
fans, like teams are picking up like country sponsorships or whatever. Like they're becoming ambassadors.
There's a new
Like the
thing now.
Saints,
We-
the Saints are the ambassadors for like
Instagram.
for France for like American football. So like we have a big partnership with like whoever it is in Paris. That like we are the main promoters of like American football. Like
I think
in
we
that
have.
area.
I think we have.
Yeah, there was a list that came out with the NFL.
Just came out with 2024 NFL season global markets program.
Yeah.
So the Dolphins have Argentina, Colombia, Mexico,
racist.
and United Kingdom and Brazil.
Other white guy.
Austria has the Lions, the Colts, the Chiefs, Patriots, Seahawks, Bucks. Australia, Rams, Eagles. Brazil, Dolphins, Patriots. Canada, Lions, Vikings, Seahawks.
No one wants the Giants. Good for them.
China, Japan, and South Korea only have the Rams.
Why are there so many Rams?
Steelers is Northern Ireland only, because the UK has San Fran, the Jets, the Vikings, the Dolphins, the Jags, and the Bears. Ireland has the Steelers, the Jets, and the Jags. Germany has Falcons, Panthers, Lions, Colts, Chiefs, Bucks, Seahawks, Steelers.
They got the NFL.
Yeah,
Giants,
they got the NFL.
Patriots.
Go Giants.
Mexico has Cardinals, Cowboys, Broncos, Texans, Chiefs, Raiders, Rams, Dolphins, Steelers, Niners. France.
Yeah, because of the history between Louisiana
Ghana.
and
Shout out
Ghana-
They got
Ghana
the
has a
Eagles.
team?
Yeah, Nigeria has the Browns. That's probably because of David Njoku.
Oh yeah.
Probably
Yeah.
because of Njoku.
Shout out.
That's probably why they got Nigeria.
Okay.
Spain, Dolphins, Bears. Switzerland has
Switzerland.
the Lions, the Chiefs, the Patriots, the Seahawks, and the Bucks. and then New Zealand has the Rams and the Eagles.
I'm so glad I got Switzerland, bro.
Those are all the countries.
I'm so glad I got Switzerland. Oh, that's so lit. I think it's good.
We just got Germany, dog.
Germany's
Hey,
gonna.
one's better than none.
What I would like to see. Speaking of Canada, if we're gonna expand the NFL, if we're gonna grow the game,
Oh, you guys only have
merge. Give
but you're the
me
only team in France.
give me a.
But it makes sense though.
I think the best thing.
The way.
New Orleans,
Yeah.
It's,
You know how
The culture is-
Premier League like
Relegation system.
system. Keep college completely out of it. Use college as keep college its own separate thing. But give me a relegation system between NFL,
XFL and
XFL.
CFL?
Well, I would say the
CFL,
I want to
bro.
merge the CFL and the XFL. I want to take some Canadian teams.
So
Is the
hard.
CFL the one that has the post in front of the end zone? Or
Yes,
is that
or it's in the end zone.
why,
Yeah.
What the heck is the
They
point
only
of
do
that?
3 downs also.
Why do they have the post?
wait,
And they
no.
running starts.
XFL.
The running starts this house.
XFL and USFL, which is
that's
about to
the one
start.
they merged.
Oh, yeah,
they
they're merging
merged.
to
And then
become
the lowest one is the
UFL,
indoor
UFL.
football league. Shout out the Orlando Predators, bro. I used to go to their
yeah.
games.
They're bringing that back.
Bro, yeah.
And
Yeah,
Manziel.
yeah. AB bankrupted that team, but the Canadian Football League is actually
Fan control
interesting.
football still a thing though, right?
If you look up the Grey
That's
Cup,
what it is,
the
fan.
Grey Cup, you got the Saskatchewan Roughriders. You have the
What now?
Saskatchewan Roughriders. You have the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. You have the Hamilton Tiger Cats. The
Cats seems-
Toronto Argonauts.
Okay.
It's some pretty fire teams over there.
Which one have you bet on most recently?
Yes.
The Winnipeg Blue Bombers.
Yes. Yes.
The Blue Bombers versus the it was like a red team. I forget. I was
If anybody
doing
wonders why Cole knows the names of the teams, that's why.
I was wondering why you actually.
the
so that
Saskatchewan
makes sense.
Roughriders is a good. I think Canada's actually
They're good
big.
overbet.
CFL, they have their own combine. I saw it on TikTok.
That's not NCAA.
It's going to be crazy. Bringing it international, I think, is going to be good because in China they have a Chinese football league, and they play a
do?
Chinese Super Bowl. Yes, I was watching a.
How many have you bet on?
No,
this?
this wasn't a bet. This was a pure fandom thing. So I was following one of the Barstool Sports personality guys. His name's the Wonton Don, and he lived out in China. He lived out in China for a long time, and he was their international reporter. He was like, they have an American football league. It's like the NFL, but China. And he played for the Shanghai Warriors, and he won himself a Super Bowl. It's like a docuseries and a blog. He won a ring. And he played defensive end because he played in, he's from Massachusetts or whatnot. He's a funny guy. The series is great. And it's the Shanghai Warriors, Wonton Don. Donnie does, and it's like his international report, but Donnie does the CFL, or the Chinese Football League. The funniest part is when he's playing the championship game, he goes for a tackle, gets kneed in the stomach, and he's down, and he goes, and he's like laying there on the ground, and he gets helped off the field, and the camera goes up to his face, he goes, so I acted like I had the wind knocked out of me, but what happened was I got kneed in the stomach and I shit myself.
Shout out Paul Pierce.
And so so what he did was he goes a little bit came out and he taped it to his so it wouldn't go down his legs.
Yeah.
And then he was in the game again, playing with a little bit inside his pants. He got hit again. He runs off the field. He goes, it's leaking. And he tried to tape it. He said the tape did not work. It's one of the funniest series because he goes to practices. He plays in games. If American football is international, and with it coming to the Olympics, you're going to see more teams, more this. It's going to take a long
face
time.
up against those. I don't know what. I think they were. I don't know if they were African or not, but the defensive ends. They were French defensive ends. Tyreek Hill just cooking them. Did you see that?
So I know that in London they have an NFL academy for teams for high school kids that want to play in America and do.
Shout out our new right tackle. He came through that academy.
They beat IMG here in Florida. There's like a B or C team, and they played in London and they got beat by this NFL academy team. It was like a big deal. It was like a big deal. So with NFL going international, I think it's good. I do. But the games are just so hard to watch, and that speaks volumes too.
They don't give the best matchups that they
100%.
could. I think the best one, wasn't it?
The Giants
the
Green
Bucks,
Bay one.
The Giants Green
was
Bay was
really
good.
good.
Bucks and Seahawks was not good.
No, but I'm saying having Tom Brady a big name. They also avoided having those big names in those other areas too. Having Tom Brady go to Germany was cool.
Was it the Dolphins and the Chiefs this past year was pretty good?
Yeah.
But the Bills-Dolphin one was better in England. That was the Dolphins played better.
The Jacksonville Atlanta game was not good, and they're getting creative with the TV broadcast too, with like the animation to get kids more involved.
The Nickelodeon broadcasts are dope.
Those are so
I really
hype.
like
I
those.
think that's so cool.
Yeah,
Honestly,
they did a Toy Story one, and
I would
it
have
wasn't
ate that
good.
up when I was younger.
The Toy Story one was interesting because you got to see what the
out
technology
Mr.
could do.
Busy.
You know what I mean?
Shout
Like
out Mr.
I watched
Busy
some of it.
MVP.
The fact that they were even able to conceptualize that idea and then bring it to life, regardless of how janky it might have looked, because it's the first one.
Yeah.
Still crazy that they were able to do that. Like having Slinky on the sideline, like
It was so funny.
Like, bro,
In Andy's room too.
Yes.
I talked to.
It was delayed, but, like, of
Sparling's
course, it was
class,
still-
he had never
It shows
seen
up
it.
to people.
Yeah.
Sparling knows a lot about the interface of it, and like it was like he goes, "This is real time." I was like, "It was broadcast in real time." He said it has to be like a 5-second delay because it shoots. It's in London and it's shooting and it's broadcasting over here in America.
Yeah, because I would
I know,
watch
but
the
it
normal
wasn't-
game and
but
then the
you can't
Nickelodeon,
have too big of a delay.
the Toy Story one, they were delayed.
He said it was crazy, just the technology that it can go to the truck and then boom, fire over to the network and stuff.
It's the same thing. We talked about this in neighbor's class with the Manning cast producer. Well, he showed
Oh,
the video.
yeah. I love the Manning cast.
Manning cast, like he had to figure out how to
I like
do
because
it.
it's Eli.
Yeah, this is my goat, our goat. We had to do it because, mind you, Eli's in his basement in Jersey, and then Peyton's in his basement in Denver, and they're shooting it out through Connecticut,
Shout out Connecticut.
which I know you're laughing at, but like,
No, it's the Basement Boys.
yeah, I know, but it's the fact that like it's two remote locations, and then it's going to.
And they bring
Connecticut
then they bring guests on.
They're bringing it out, yeah, and then they're bringing it out through Connecticut, through ESPN headquarters. That's where it's being programmed from. But then it's like anytime they have a guest, he has to coordinate the guest ahead of time. Eli doesn't care, so he goes through Peyton, right? Because Eli just like
It's through Omaha Productions as well.
It's
So
part of it, yeah.
God,
but
Peyton
ESPN.
makes so much money, dude. Jeez.
And you see,
He's also a communication major.
kind of to that point,
He
like
was a
the
speech communications major at Tennessee.
he was
Yeah, got a degree.
the Olympics that's
Peyton.
coming up. You see, the Scott Hansen's going to be doing Gold Zone in the Olympics.
Yeah,
I think
sent
that's
it
a
to you.
phenomenal
Dog.
idea.
I sent it to
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Dog, I'm
That's gonna
so
be so
excited
good.
for that, and I'm so excited for us to
I hope
sweep
it's
the
same-
Olympics.
Whoa.
I hope we're gonna sweep the Olympics. I can't wait. This is where we show that we're dominant.
We're gonna win flag football.
Well, yeah, of course.
That's
like,
so crazy to me
swimming.
that that's a sport in it. Like that's
so free, like, that's-
Y'all know the announcer for
me,
swimming
it's, like,
is
frustrating.
from Winter Haven, Rowdy Gaines. If the guy who did the famous call where the United States broke the 4x100 that record,
So, yeah.
that guy who's on the call, he's like, I don't know if they're gonna be able to catch. That guy's from Winter Haven, swam at Winter Haven, swam at Auburn, won a medal in the 1980s like West Germany Olympics when there was that big wall. You know, Trump's dream, that wall. Hey, other white guy. Anyways, so no, but he like does the call and all that stuff. But I think Paris is gonna be good. There's a bit of like there always seems to be an issue when there's like a big global event coming to a country. There's like, there's not enough roads or something in Paris, and like there's like it's all too tight or something like that, and there's like a metro system problem.
Well,
And
because
they're like,
Paris is old and they probably haven't,
Paris is
like the
really
metro system's like whack or something. So like they're running into issues. Like the mayor of Paris is like doing something to fight it. It's some weird thing. Same thing down with Rio. Same thing with Qatar.
That's one of the reasons why they chose.
Wait till
Unfortunately, they chose MetLife Stadium for the World Cup final was because
so real,
of the
unfortunately.
public like
Did you see
transportation
they're bringing
aspect of it in the
roadways
area.
And then they're taking it out.
Even though the area is gross
Why
and
they
you
try?
want to show off the best of America, you're gonna have it in New Jersey, bro.
Just Rutherford, New Jersey.
New Jersey.
I
New
love
Jersey?
the idea.
the
It's because they have a
worst
metro station,
place.
they have roads, and they
Yeah.
have, but it's like
First of all,
SoFi should be better, but they don't have the same public transport.
I have a hot take. I think Dallas should have been the one to get it.
Dallas would be good too. They just held the USA-Mexico matchup yesterday. Was in AT&T Stadium.
So hype.
First of all,
Dos to 0.
from Central
We own
to
Mexico.
North Jersey, that just shouldn't be shown to people that are
No.
not from America.
Especially East Rutherford is
They're
like
gonna
one
make
of the
fun of us
worst
so much.
Well,
parts.
It doesn't matter,
of
it's so
North
better.
Jersey.
Bro, you have Newark, New Jersey.
The farthest north I've
Newark.
ever been on the East Coast is Washington, D.C., my guy. I don't have any
That was-
intention
Shout
to go to
out.
Jersey.
Because
I have
John
no intention of going to that. But
Green-
Atlanta's going to be – but
I
the
saw
fact that we
that.
get all those games, Atlanta's going to be a great host.
Yeah.
Dallas, I think Dallas is putting in it, like I saw it on X, the grass they're actually being grown, and Dave Bakhtiari or whatever,
Bakhtiari,
Bakhtiari, he was like, they just don't care about the NFL players. Like the NFLPA needs to fight to have real grass.
That's something I was listening to earlier today on a podcast about the difference in strength between the NBA PA and the NFLPA. Because like
NBA PA is like
the NBA
Isn't
PA,
Chris Paul the president of that though? It's an
Yeah.
active player, and I don't think the NFLPA is an active player.
I'm not sure, but it's like the NBA PA. If they don't mess with something, they're not playing. Like, it's not sliding. Because if the hip drop tackle thing, if there was something like that happened in the NBA, the players just would be like, all right, I'll play in the Drew League.
Yeah.
And, like, you can't do that in the NFL. Like, they'll just replace you.
Yeah, because that's where it comes to being so isolated with the sport, is they're not going to go play in the Canadian Football League. They're not going to go play over in the European Football League as much as they're trying to grow it.
I don't think basketball would either. Basketball would just boycott.
Yeah, they just strike. The thing is,
They'll just go to – well, yeah, but I mean –
They won't play elsewhere.
I don't know. There's so many people that want to play in the NFL.
Jokic, if there's a strike, we will never see Jokic again. I'm fully sold on that.
And that's why I think
I'm fully
the
sold
leagues
on
are
that.
different
Jokic
with
is
how player focused they are as opposed to like team focused. Like the NBA has progressed so much further than the NFL in how it's catering towards these stars and like what the say that they have and how it's run. And for better or worse, like Adam Silver has a personal relationship with a lot of those guys. He's cool with them, and that's why he can do things the way he does, especially with the player association. Whereas Roger Goodell,
Is a
lot of those
criminal.
guys don't.
I think
rock
it's
with
Roger
them.
Goodell is a
Like they don't like him,
puppet
and they don't.
to Jerry Jones.
He doesn't talk to them. He talks to the managers and the owners. He doesn't talk to the players. You know what I mean?
I
Like
know.
Adam Silver will sit down and talk to the players about their issues. But they, like the
That
NFL
bald-headed man be cooking.
Man,
Are we talking to Braun?
He went to the old man. He was on the old man in the 3, bro.
Yeah.
He's a commissioner that went to a retired players podcast. You're not going to see that from any other commissioner.
Yeah.
Especially not Rob Manfred.
Bro, when I got the breaking news and it had his picture,
I thought he was retired.
I thought he was retired.
They got us.
Like, you know,
Rob Manfred is the worst commissioner in
I know
all of
that,
sports.
yeah.
All
Yeah,
of
I've heard
sports.
of him.
like, you know, effective immediately.
Yeah.
He goes, oh yeah,
I'll be
after his
leaving.
Contract extension ends in 2029. I said, bro, I'm gonna have I'd probably have a kid by then. Like, what are we doing?
Wrap up.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyways, I think the NHL commissioner is pretty good too. They're trying to bring, speaking of hockey, they're trying to bring expansion back. Like
Shout out
some
the Solar
expansion
Bears.
teams. And I think they're going to try for a third time Atlanta, which is going to be
Atlanta doesn't
crazy.
have a hockey team.
They used to. Atlanta's had 2 stints. They had the Atlanta Flames, which is now the Calgary Flames, and then they had the Atlanta Thrashers, which I liked their logo and stuff, and it's like cool colors and whatnot. And the expansion is going to be sick, but it goes to show, like you said, the NBA, as good as the commissioner is, the fish rots at the head of anything, and that's why there's so many problems in the NFL. Like with the World Cup coming in, FIFA regulating you have to play on real grass, and the NFL won't even do that. I don't understand why they can't just keep it.
MetLife saw 2 torn Achilles this year in the span.
We watched a
Heard incoming
defensive
Mike
player.
Williams.
We watched a defensive player in the Super Bowl. Wasn't even playing the game. He was running on the field. Achilles snapped. Something's got to get Greenlaw. He was having a crazy game. Crazy game.
But like,
And a crazy game. And I was very nervous for my Chiefs money line bet. You know, because he was playing outrageous cash. That was a big weekend. It's been downhill ever since. But back to the commissioners. I wish they would keep.
The game was over. How much money you win? The first text I sent to him.
We will
won't say
discuss.
Yeah,
It's tax season.
I already lost most of it.
Not all of it.
Not all, most. It was all. No, but again, the World Cup's going to be sick, and I'm looking forward to it. And
I want to go to a game.
they're going to host one in Miami, aren't they? They have to. The Atlanta. I want to.
There's, I think, 17 different stadiums?
Is DC hosting one?
I think so.
I don't. They
No,
are, I think,
God no. FedEx Field.
no, not
DC
that.
United.
DC United has a
United.
field.
They have your own. I thought.
Yeah.
What is that field? I thought that field was trash.
It's not FedEx Field though. Like,
I think-
FedEx Field would be awful.
I know.
So
In Landover,
What is it,
Maryland,
the finals
absolutely.
at
not.
MetLife.
Atlanta and
Final
Dallas.
2 rounds are Dallas and
Atlanta.
And Atlanta. There's Miami. There's LA. There's Phoenix. I think.
There's.
There's Seattle. I'm pretty sure.
Hold on. I'm pulling
It's
it
a
up.
mixture of MLB.
It's the
NFL,
North
I think
American. It's the North American World Cup. So
there's some in Mexico.
Some in Mexico, some in Canada.
They call it North American, but they only have like 2 in Mexico and 2 in Canada. It's the
We're the biggest
funniest.
market.
Yeah.
Well, of course, but I still. It's like, come on, guys.
Technically speaking, they play one in the islands if they were the one.
Let me see.
Kinda high.
So host.
that might
Because
be
they
hard.
are North America.
Whoa, host cities: Atlanta, Boston.
That's the one.
That's crazy. Anything? Dallas. Do you imagine they play?
Boston
It's
again.
at- it's
Public
at
transport
Gillette
thing. Boston
Stadium.
can host
Boston's
one,
at
and then
Gillette Stadium.
Oh, so New
At
England.
the Patriots.
Yeah.
Guadalajara. Pretty good. That's a great pronunciation, ain't it? Kansas City, which is a good one. They have a really good sporting Kansas City. Houston, Los Angeles, Mexico City, Miami, Monterey.
He's so hype, bro.
Yeah.
It's on here. It's New York, New Jersey. That's what it says. Philly, Oh my gosh.
The link.
Give
I
me,
think they do that because I
Philly?
think they actually are playing in New York.
Give
I think
me-
they're playing Buffalo Stadium.
please,
I
please.
think, don't quote me on that.
Please
but I
give
think
me
they actually
United
play
States versus England in Philly for
my God.
a round of 16 or
England
something.
might die.
Oh my
I
gosh.
kid you not,
Yeah.
England's not, the players, they're not making it back home.
No.
They're literally dying.
Oh, okay. We're bad, but they're worse over there. I promise you that. And in Mexico,
I'm not
they're
saying
really
they're
bad.
but Philly,
Yeah, no, but
Out of all cities.
where America, the first capital of the United States, the boys, they won last night. Oh man, that would just be
Huge.
Seattle, San Francisco, Bay Area, Toronto, and Vancouver, and that's the host cities. I don't know again
Okay,
where
so
the
DC isn't getting one.
DC isn't one.
Niner Stadium, they're using?
That's fine though. That makes sense.
No SoFi.
No, that's rooms.
San Fran?
I guess they would be
San
using.
Fran, they're using what?
Yeah, because there's no soccer.
They would
team.
have
There's
to.
no soccer team over there. In the Bay Area, that's the only one I can think of. Unless they use.
Yeah.
I don't think. Yeah, they're not going to use.
I'm sure they'll.
They'll figure it out. I'm excited for it though. That's
Yeah,
gonna
so
be.
hyped.
I think that is also gonna get a lot of people into. If we actually cared about soccer in America, we would dominate the world. Like
Oh,
that's
I've been saying this, and
yeah.
people disagree with me. I'm like, are you insane? The amount of athletes that we produce at a high level globally, like year in and year out.
We will
if
prove in the Olympics.
If we cared about, if soccer was our number one
Imagine
sport like
LeBron
everyone
at
else,
keeper, bro.
Bro,
Who's getting
wouldn't be
past
good.
him?
Tyreek Hill as a striker,
Wouldn't be good.
Bro.
his speed, if he was like playing soccer his whole life, his athletic ability,
Okay, yeah, if he was
Stop-
playing his
stop
whole
it.
life, but there's enough talent. I believe there's enough talent.
To keep Tyreek Hill at football.
Yeah, to keep Tyreek Hill at football, there's kids that can be playing. Like our team
yeah.
now is pretty decent.
But
We
that's
gotta
what our team now is
sharpen
good. But
everything.
I'm saying is all of our best athletes that are American, if they had been playing soccer their whole life with their athletic ability, they'd be running everything.
Yeah.
And the thing is, a big issue with American soccer is the development system.
We're so egotistic.
Okay, count.
Bro, tell me-
listen, bro, just go back in
I
the
never
past
disagreed
the
with you.
past couple years.
I never
I know,
disagreed
but don't be for the viewers at home. Just count the gold medals, dog. Gold medal count.
My guy, we have Michael Phelps.
I know we do.
That's all
Oh,
I gotta say.
we don't even have to wait. Copa America is happening here this year as
in
well.
Miami.
It's in
Is there-
some
is there a
there's some in
game in
Orlando.
Orlando?
There's a game in Orlando. It's in the summer, so we can get to see a little preview of what
I'm
the
high-key
World
going
Cup's
to
going to be
Orlando
like, but
game.
Yeah.
just here.
I
Yeah, you should go to one of those games.
Be
It'd be
hype,
hype.
bro.
They're playing the city stadium.
Esporta.
So
right?
trash.
MetLife Stadium's also going to have.
What's
What's it
Camping
called?
World.
Would they go
Are
to
they playing it in Camping World?
Probably, if it's in Orlando.
Why wouldn't they play it at Orlando Cities?
That's
SoFi's
That's
getting one,
Camping World.
Camping World is
NRG,
the
Bank of
worst
America,
stadium.
State
they
Farm,
play
yeah.
at Camping World.
Camping World.
I
So
thought they had their own stadium.
fun fact about
They might
Camping
have
World.
built it recently.
Hard Rock
they might have.
Stadium.
They do.
They
You know,
do have their own
They do
they
now.
have their own stadium,
Way
but
less seating than
but
Camping World.
Camping World hosted
Camping World sucks.
Camping
I
World
hate
hosted a
Camping
World Cup
World.
game in 1994.
Yeah.
But it was built in the 70s or 80s.
Yeah,
Like, it was
the
so-
Citrus Bowl.
I hate Camping World with a burning passion, and I had to go to Camping World for the FSU bowl game against Oklahoma last year, or 2 years ago, in the start of the season against LSU. We need to talk about stadium upgrades. That is one of the
Yes.
That is one of the worst stadiums
I
I've ever
hate
stepped foot
Camping
in.
World.
I
I
can't
hate
stand
Camping
it. So
World.
play.
It's terrible.
That's the issue I have with stadiums is they're gonna play these games, and
should wrap up. But yeah,
yeah.
Like at 2 hours.
Well, that's what happens when you got white on
The
rice.
moment
over
you
here.
said these two, I was like, it's going to be a 2-hour episode easy, if not long.
Yeah, we were cooking.
Yeah.
It got off rails, and then we got real serious.
Yeah, I don't know what.
Yeah.
That's just the way it goes here at the Players Club.
That's
you
how it
know?
goes.
You get a bit of everything.
Yeah.
Description, Sassy Man Apocalypse. I'm leading that.
Yep.
Karl van Gelder.
Yep.
Yep. Earth, water, fire, air.
And with that has
Have
been
it
season 2, episode 21 of the Players Club podcast. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. We will see you next week.
Go Bolts.
Thank you so much, Cole. Oh.